This is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Pregame, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Looks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Boatman, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big
The
loss.
Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Welcome to Girard Sports Live, and hopefully we have audio this time, Jess. I'm Daryl McLeod, joined alongside by Jess Murphy, and tonight, the Girard Trojans in their home opener facing off against the Baxter Springs Lions. The Baxter Springs Lions traveled north on Highway 69 tonight, about 45 to an hour, to come here and face off against your Girard Trojans. Baxter Springs comes into tonight's game 2-0 on the season. They started off hot against the Riverton Rams, beating them in pretty good fashion down there. And then they went down to Afton, Oklahoma to face off against the Eagles, whom they also beat in pretty stunning fashion. Both those teams, of course, not the most dominant teams. Girard taking down Riverton last week. And then Afton, not overly known for its football program down there in Oklahoma, but still 2-0 is nothing to look away from, Jess. What I said in that little brief moment of having no audio from our mics, that's my fault as well. God, I pressed the mute button on one of those channels, so happens to the best of us. But we do sincerely apologize for last week in that game against Riverton. I tell you what, man, it was just a full moon or something. Something was going on in the air because we could not get internet out there at all. We tried to run off my iPhone hotspot there for a while, and it was just too bad. And it wasn't even worth it at that point. So we do sincerely apologize. Hopefully we can get you guys a better broadcast tonight that will make up for last week. And hopefully some of you aren't even there because you're here in attendance tonight to cheer on your Trojans in their home opener. Well, all those out of the way, we, of course, want to thank our presenting sponsor, Kraken, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Kraken. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Kraken has to offer at ckt.net. All right, all the pleasantries out of the way, Jess. We got ourselves a good night tonight. Girard Trojans probably the favorite in this matchup, but coming in 1-1, you faced off against a really good Colgan team who is one of the highest rated teams in Kansas in, I believe, 2-1A is their division now. I'm not sure. I saw a Sports in Kansas poll earlier this week facing off against Baxter Springs, who's 2-0, has a lot of players that coming in as freshmen, everyone was really kind of eyeing them because they even gave our 8th grade boys quite a run for their money back in when they played in 8th grade. Heck, I was a senior in high school at that time, but now they've come in as juniors here and they are all grown up and they're playing a lot better football now. So what should we expect from the Baxter Springs Lions tonight? I know they like to air out the ball. That's that coach's style. But overall, I mean, what do you think, Jess? What do you think for this matchup tonight?
Yeah, I was talking to Coach McCoy pregame show before we come on air, and of course, you know, he does run a spread offense, but he was very honest with me, Daryl, and said, you know, if he could run the ball 80% of the time and control the clock, he would love to do it. But years past, they've just never been quite able to do that, so they've kind of abandoned the run game early and been known for a passing team, and that's not what he wants. But he did talk about this group of kids buying in, the community kind of buying in, and these boys work hard in the summertime and they work hard in the weight room. And yeah, they've come a long way, and I just kind of congratulated him. But you said it best a while ago, they haven't played this Girard team, and Girard come out last week, Daryl, and man, they exposed their will on that Riverton. I mean, we were the most physical team. The scoreboard really didn't show it, and again, I'll apologize as well for us not having it for you. But I mean, our boys basically give up one special teams play and allowed Riverton to score. But other than that, I mean, we just really opposed our will at the line of scrimmage and just dominated that Riverton team from start to finish.
Yeah, something that happened earlier on in that game was we had a couple of drives that were going pretty good and then ended in turnovers. So obviously not what you want to see, and that definitely does not slide against the better teams in the region. But still, we're in the growing pains part of the season here. You're still trying to find out your identity as a team. That's an excuse for those first 2 weeks, but really by the third week, you kind of got to start ticking it up. Those mistakes have to really take a back door, and you got to push forward and make sure that your team is ready, because third week of the season, you're starting to talk about, conference play, getting higher ranks in your region so that you can potentially host a playoff game and make the playoffs in general.
Right, and we got to find a way. The big mistakes, in my opinion, so far has been 3 turnovers against Colgan, 3 turnovers last week against Riverton. They ended up not hurting us too bad, but we still turned the ball over 3 different times. They got to find a way to limit those.
So if they limit those tonight, they should have a pretty good chance at victory. We'll take another quick break. When we come back, more of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family-owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
At Girard Medical Center, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown healthcare team. From family medicine and emergency care to lab services, surgery, imaging, and beyond, we're here when you need us. Compassionate care close to home. To learn more about our high-quality care and everything that we have to offer, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. Our pregame show, of course, brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Okay, well, I think it's about time we take a look around the league at maybe some of those area matchups going on today. One of the highlights, I should say, or some CNC matchups to start us off is first, Colgan is going to travel over to play Columbus tonight. So I have my money picked on Colgan there, being one of the better teams in the CNC, but still could be a huge upset over there in Columbus to potentially shake some things up around here in the CNC. Maybe give them a little bit of taste of what it's like to lose. Pittsburgh High School facing off at Labette County tonight. Tune into Pittsburgh Sports Live to hear Josh Lettner on the call over there in Labette County for Pittsburgh High School. Frontenac hosting Riverton tonight. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Nick Safuda. They're entering his class of football players into the Hall of Fame tonight. So if you have a chance to see Frontenac or whatever they have to offer, maybe tune into Mike Snow's broadcast over there. You can hear some of those inductees to the Frontenac Class Hall of Fame. We got Galena hosting Afton tonight. So that matchup that we mentioned, Baxter won last week against the Afton Eagles. Galena will be hosting them. I think that's a good measurement stick for how Galena's playing this year because we don't quite know how they are. We don't know really what they have to offer. Pittsburgh State University tomorrow night is facing off against MIAA rival Fort Hays State. You all should attend that game. It should be a good one, and we need all the fans that we can have in the stadium because that is a huge matchup for, well, you know, for all the future playoff hopes for the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. They got to start winning out. They really have to win out if they hope for a playoff spot in the future and potentially to host a playoff game. They're going in 1-2 to that game. Fort Hays State is 2-1.
Family night at Pitts at the Jungle tomorrow, so I bet you do have a full house.
Oh, it should be a good one because you are right. It is family day out there at the Jungle. So if you have a chance, go out there. They're going to have quite a few activities. Bring the kids because they should have a few activities for them as well. So go out and have a good time. Parsons High School is hosting Christ Prep Academy tonight. Or sorry, they're at Christ Prep Academy tonight. Never quite heard of that school, but that is who they will be facing tonight.
And Parsons was a big, what I'm going to call an upset over Fort Scott last week. Parsons traveled up to Fort Scott and got the win last week.
Yeah, they won that game 25-22 at the end of regulation. So that's just a quick look at some of your area matchups from the league and from the surrounding area, brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing and can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. Also forgot to mention, if you can't make it out to that Pittsburgh State football game tonight, you can watch it on the MIAA network, and you can see my pretty face on the screen. And I'll be hopefully able to give you guys a good broadcast out there as I'll be calling that game, doing play-by-play for the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. So if you have a chance, tune in and maybe text Troy Como that you saw me. All right. We'll take another quick break. When we come back, more Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, starting lineups, keys to the game, and so much more, all here on Girard Sports Live.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better, better is better at Heidrick's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back here to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. We're going to have some replays for you tonight. Those replays will be brought to you by Challenger Construction. When the toughest terrain meets trusted experience, choose Challenger Construction. With more than a dozen revegetation services, hydro seeding and dry seeding and more. Plus, Challenger is your local call for pond building and tree trimming. Challenger Construction. Call 316-680-3036. So if you see any instant replays tonight, just know that Challenger Construction made that possible. All right, Jess, with about 18 minutes-ish away from kickoff here, obviously, we talked a little bit in the pregame way earlier, way before, about how Baxter Spring has never faced off against the Girard Trojan team. They really haven't faced a good team, and I hate to say that, but they really haven't faced a good team yet this season. So what are your keys to the game for how Girard can come out with the win tonight, and really how they can build from this week to the next week when they faced off against division rival Frontenac High School?
Yeah, Daryl, we touched about it, but my big key to the game is going to be limit your offensive turnovers and maybe cause a defensive turnover, win the turnover battle. We've come out of the last couple games on the negative side of that. But I will tell you, the defense that the Trojans have run out there, even in the loss against Colgan and then last week against Riverton, our defense, I mean, the front four and the D-backs are covering good, but that front four and the linebackers playing with such a vicious style. I mean, they're nothing's getting around the edge, and they're closing the gaps up the middle, and the pursuit angles are great. And man, they're finishing tackles and hitting people. And I said something to Coach Philpott earlier about, I thought they just last week's game, they just got off the ball and punched Riverton in the mouth early and just controlled that game from start to finish. And if they can come out here and do this to this Baxter team, who's just now learning how to win, I don't know how they'll handle that physicality right up front. And if the Trojans can continue that for 4 quarters, I think that's the keys to success tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier that Coach McCoy over there, he loves to run the football, but in past years they've kind of abandoned that. Well, Cole Parrish, who is a sophomore quarterback for the team, he has really, I guess, drawn the attention of people around the state because of those first 2 games he played. He had some stellar games, high completion percentage, over 100 yards throwing. And I mean, for a high school kid who's just a sophomore, that's really impressive. So I think tonight it's really going to be on our D-backs. I don't know if they've really been tested yet this season. And so that'll be an interesting test for the defense to see if they can still stand tall, even though the offense has completely changed.
And one thing, Daryl, and we talk about it every game, if you want to run the football, you have to throw the football. And if you want to be able to throw the football, you have to be able to run the football. And I mean that by if Baxter comes out and they get into some throwing situations, our defensive ends and we can, could just pin their ears back and just go at them. And I thought against Riverton and against the Colgan Panthers as well, our D-backs covered pretty well enough to force, if you remember in the Colgan game, a lot of those yards that quarterback got was on scrambles back against the grain because our D-backs did a good job covering. But we'll see. You're 100% right. Baxter's probably going to try to hit some long shots tonight that we haven't quite seen in the first couple weeks.
Absolutely. And on the flip side of that for Girard, last week it seemed like we were finally able to open up the run game. You mentioned it. We really came out hot. It's playing smash mouth football. But we also saw Ben Cohen catch a little bit of fire there. He had a deep pass to Corbin Bowen, deep pass over the middle to Gannon Clark, the one that was kind of retribution for the one he missed in the week 1 game. So I'm interested to see how Baxter's able to handle our throw game because it feels like Ben Cohen's starting to get comfortable back in that pocket. And with his arm talent, I think it's scary for the rest of CNC if he is comfortable back there.
Yeah, it might be scary for a lot of people if Girard can finally get clicking on offense.
Absolutely. Those keys to the game are brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride where they stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of Highways 69 and 400, just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. We'll take another quick break. When we come back, we have starting lineups and kickoff from Girard, Kansas on Girard Sports Live.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling? Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We are just 10 minutes away from kickoff here on Girard Sports Live, and it's going to be an exciting one tonight. Your Girard Trojans just entered the field. You can see there on the bottom right of your screen, just took home field for the first time in the 2025 campaign. Hopefully, the rest of the season's a long and good one here, and hopefully they can pick up plenty of wins on the home turf. But of course, tonight, facing off against the Baxter Springs Lions, who come in tonight at 2-0. Should be a pretty good matchup for you all. But I think it's time we look over some of the starters in tonight's game. These starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. First, for the Baxter Springs Lions, on defense, they're going to have a junior defensive back who comes in at 6 foot tall and 150 pounds. Number 1, Caleb Grant, younger brother of Jacob Grant, who a few years ago was really the all-star on this team. He was a 6'5" wide receiver and scored a majority of the points for Baxter Springs back in his heyday. They're also going to have a junior defensive back coming in at 5'10", 155 pounds. Number 2, Logan Abbott. A linebacker for the team who's 5'10", 130 pounds, Chasen Sykes. He's wearing number 3 for tonight. A 6-foot defensive back who's 155 pounds, junior number 5, Isaiah Main. Another junior linebacker for the Baxter Springs Lions, 5'9", 165 pounds, number 6, Riley Daniel. And then you have another sophomore defensive back, 5'10", 160 pounds, wearing number 10, Cole Parrish, the quarterback I mentioned, who's had quite a hot start to the season. Him and Isaiah Main, I believe, trade snaps there at the quarterback position. And then another junior linebacker, 5'10", 170 pounds, number 13, Grady Roller. A junior linebacker, 5'8", 160 pounds, number 15, Bradley Wade. We're going to be doing the national anthem here. We'll keep it right here for that. In just 1 second. All right, where was I? Defensive starters for the Baxter Springs Lions. Yes, that's where I was. Number 15, Bradley Wade, a junior linebacker, comes in at 5'8", 160 pounds. Number 21, Braden Wade, a junior linebacker, comes in at 6'1", 175 pounds. Then you get to some of those boys down in the trenches. Number 40, Landon Atkinson. He's a junior linebacker, 5'10", 190 pounds. Sam Weaver, a senior defensive lineman who's 5'8", 240 pounds, wearing number 55 tonight. And to round off that starting defense, a junior defensive lineman who's 6'1", 240 pounds, number 61, Brooks Walker. Well, let's look over to the good guys, the boys in maroon tonight. Starting on defense, as always, at defensive back, number 1, Trent Onyebenny. Also on the defensive line, a senior, 6'3", 205 pounds, number 2, Gannon Clark. Another defensive lineman, senior, 6 foot tall, 176 pounds, number 8, Lamont Love. Playing defensive back tonight, your starting quarterback of the night, of course, number 12, Ben Cullen, a 6'3", 195-pound junior. On the defensive side, at defensive back, a senior, 5'11", 168 pounds, number 21, Aiden Ashbacher. Wearing number 23 tonight, a 6 foot tall, 154-pound junior at defensive back, number 23, Gavin Huber. And then we go down to the D-line, wearing number 53, a 5'10", 210-pound senior, Owen Murphy. Playing linebacker, a junior, number 55, 5'11", 216 pounds, Blake Brokob. A 5'8", 204-pound junior defensive lineman, number 56, Nathan Pope. A 6'1", 192-pound linebacker, a junior as well, number 59, Liam Leedstrom. And to round out that defense for the Girard Trojans, a 5'9", 245-pound defensive lineman, senior Caleb Humble. As always, those starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. We're about 4-ish minutes away from kickoff, so we'll take a quick break. When we come back, kickoff on Girard Sports Live.
How is it so fast?
With Crochan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
Something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
The Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Well, they're set for the coin flip down there on the Trojan head at midfield. Going over the rules to both players here.
The old keep it clean talk.
Exactly. And, normally, well, I guess we'll see the call here right here. I'm not even going to go to speculation about it, Jess.
Yep. Girard won and deferred. 3 games in a row, Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
So Baxter that Trojan defense will start the game, and yeah, I don't know if it has any bearing on the outcome of a game other than Trojans now have won 3 coin flips in a row.
Whoever's calling it, man, they're doing a good job down there.
Tonight should have been Baxter calling it. So
okay, well, there you go.
Normally the visiting team gets to make the call.
Luck has been on our side then, I guess. But yep, your Girard Trojans will kick off first, and we are just moments away from that kickoff here. So we'll go ahead and switch it over to the camera that matters. Sarah Goebel's camera. She's working it over there for us. Doing a good job as always. The opening kickoff that's about to come up is brought to you by Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. It'll be Poland to kick off again. Last week had some struggles with injuries, it seemed. He went off the field a few times, but hopefully okay.
Yeah, I did talk to my source, and Zeb battles asthma just a touch every now and then.
Okay.
And he tracked Witherspoon down, about 80 yards?
Yeah.
And he had a bad asthma attack because we saw him rip his pads and his shirt off, and we was really concerned about him. And then he come back out for the kickoff. But yeah, he just had an asthma attack, so he was fine once they got his inhaler in him.
Perfect. Glad to see he's okay and back on the field. And yeah, you mentioned it was incredible hustle and heart from him to chase Witherspoon down on that play. But Poland with the opening kickoff, and he will boot it just to the side. It's going to roll out of bounds. So Baxter Springs will have a free kick out of bounds, and they will take over on their own 35-yard line to start things off. So not the ideal start, but we're going to get to see this Baxter Springs offense. I'm sorry, I guess the 30-yard line.
I agreed with you. I thought it was going to be the 35, but
I mean, even the chain gang setting up over there on the 35.
I think they're all confused here because the backrest may be wanting to spot it there to 23 where it went out of bounds, but that should be a penalty to the 35-yard line.
Normally, it's always to the 35. I mean, even our...
But it's not here. It's going to be the spot that went out of bounds.
Penalties declined. Okay.
They declined the penalty.
I mean, that's what the ref just signaled, that he declined the penalty.
All right.
I have never seen that in my entire life, Jess.
Yeah, we just benefited from the first call. And we talked about a little bit off air, Daryl. Penalties haven't been much of a game now. Yeah, now they're going to mark it.
Okay, I was going to say.
He didn't decline it. Yeah.
Well, I hope that's not a sign of some weirdness to come. But
yeah, but there hasn't been very many penalties for or against the Trojans. It's been a pretty clean, young start to this season.
Hopefully they stay clean through this game here in their home opener. Parrish in the backfield here. He will collect the early snap. We're going to have offsides on the Trojans, it looks like.
Yeah, that was Lucas Kimmick jumping off sides, jumped on the hard count. That'll give him a free 5 yards right here.
Well, why did we even talk about it, Jess?
Yep.
First 2 plays, and there's flags on the Trojans.
Broadcaster jinx. I'll learn to keep my mouth shut one of these days.
Eventually. It'll take a few years for me.
It's been 50 for me.
Parrish in the backfield once again, trying to get them with the hard count. He will finally snap it. Hands off here, and a nice little run, enough for a first down, but there is another flag already. Ball carrier was Bradley Wade.
Going to be holding against the Lions.
Well, sometimes you see a big running play like that, and you wonder how a hole opened up. Normally, it's holding.
Remember when you asked me to keep stats?
Did you just start writing them down?
Yeah, I got to keep up on the first couple of plays here, but they're pretty easy. It's a penalty.
Hopefully that's not indicative of how the rest of the game's going to go. I'd like to see this one play out for more than 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Okay. Ball is spot. We're ready to go here. First down and 15 for the Baxter Springs Lions. Parrish in the backfield. Wade standing behind him. He's got 1 receiver to the far side, 2 to the near. Takes a snap, and he will hand off up the middle to Wade. Wade is met on the play by Liam Liedstrom.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. That was just right off tackle and big gain there, about 7 yards.
Little 7-yard gain for the Lions will bring up second down and 8. They break the huddle here, and once again, Parrish will step up in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. You also got a little wing back standing over the left tackle or the far side tackle. Parrish here takes a snap, and he will hand off to Wade once again right up the middle. Wade breaks through the first tackler and then is met once again by a line of linebackers. I believe Brocobb was the first to meet him.
Yeah, number 55, Sam Weaver, on the trap play, lit our defensive end up, opened that hole up, and allowed Baxter to get that gain.
It's always that scary moment as a defensive lineman. You think you're running free, you think the tackle missed you, and then that blindside guard always just takes you out. It's one of the worst plays as a defensive lineman. Well, a little trouble here. Third down and manageable. 3rd down and 4 here for the Baxter Springs Lions. Parrish in the shotgun. Parrish steps back. He's looking. A little hitch route, and it's completed nicely over the middle there to number 21, Braden Wade. So both the Wades seeing some action here early.
That's going to be just enough for a first down as they're going to spot this on the 46-yard line.
So a quick first down for the Lions, and so far it seems like their offense is running real smooth, and what I've noticed so far is the offensive line's given them plenty of time and running room. Shotgun formation once again, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near. Wade standing next to Parrish in the backfield. He will snap. Handoff goes to Wade, and he goes off tackle, but he's met and falls forward for a nice gain of about 4.
Yeah, Trojans kind of had him in the backfield. Junior Love, he's able to escape Junior Love and gain 5, but he was right there at the mesh point, was Junior, so that's a good sign here.
Yep, just got to make sure you wrap up and finish up that tackle. Don't let him fall forward for extra yardage. That brings up second down and 6 here from exactly the 50-yard line, just about exactly the middle of the field. Man going in motion is Abbott. It'll be a quarterback keeper up the middle, and Parrish is driven back. It'll be a gain of about 1.
Yeah, met by a whole host of Trojans there, but that's Aiden Ashbacher getting off the bottom of the pile for the Trojans. It's not the 51, it's the 49, Daryl, if you're keeping stats.
Going from the 50 to the 51.
Yes, I did.
All right, shotgun formation here. Split outs on both sides. Parrish takes the snap. He'll drop back. He's looking to the near side. He'll drop forward. Love is attacking him, chase him on the outside. He looking deep once again and then takes off for a run. And that one's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot.
Good job there. We talked about it in the pregame show about Trojans D-backs covering, and everybody was covered up, but scramble was enough for the first down.
So they will give him the first down. They bring the chains forward. Parrish being a little creative in the backfield there, but it was a good pocket. He stepped up in it, and he was still scanning downfield and just couldn't find anyone open. You mentioned the excellent coverage there from the Trojan D-backs. Takes off for a run and has a first down, and so far the Lions are driving 3 to the far side, 1 to the near. Parrish takes a snap. It's going to be a little screen play over to Isaiah Main. Main cuts back inside and is met by Blake Brocobb in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Yep. Little bubble screen to the left side, and when he cut it back into the middle, that's where big Blake Brocobb roams in the middle, and he hit him hard.
Yeah, you got to stick it back outside and try and follow your blockers. You want to take a one-on-one with the D-back, not with Blake Brocobb. 2nd down and 12 now from the 45-yard line. Once again, lining up with a little wing back over the right tackle. Parrish back in the pistol formation. 2nd down and 12. Fakes the handoff. He'll roll off on a boot play to the left side. He's going to take off running. He's got plenty of room as well. Shakes off one tackler, and it will go out of bounds. He is short of the line to gain.
I think that was kind of a design quarterback run. They run play action up the middle, and he just kept it naked around the left side for a pretty good gain right there, but it does bring up 3rd down and, 4?
Yeah, it looks like very short yardage. So far, they've been pretty successful on 3rd down. And the pistol once again. Wade in the backfield behind him. Parrish takes the snap. He will hand off up the middle. Wade makes a nice cut. Ashbacher makes first contact, and then he's wrapped up by Liedstrom afterwards, and the chains will move forward.
Got nothing fancy there. Just Baxter's just just driving down. Can't talk all of a sudden, Daryl. Just driving down the field here, doing nothing fancy, but just getting enough to get first downs, keeping the chains moving.
So here we go. 1st down and 10 from the 32. The Trojan 32, might I add. This drive started back on the 35-yard line, and now Parrish will draw one of his own men off sides. That penalty will be on Isaiah Main, and that'll move him back.
Yeah, and after the penalty, the drive started actually on their 30 after Baxter moved back to start the
right.
back-to-back penalties.
I forgot about the penalty chain. Parrish in the shotgun now. 1st down and 15. Hard rush from Love on the outside. But once again, Parrish going to be able to break free. And it looks like they're going to stop him for no gain on the play. Nice tackle down by Ashbacher.
Yeah, you're right. Love bringing pressure off that backside. Quarterback failed it and started scrambling, and Trojan defense able to gobble him up.
I think it'll end up with a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 14 here. Isaiah Main lined up to the near side with Caleb Grant. And on the far side is Logan Abbott. Wade cuts inside trying to follow his blockers. Does it well, but it's only going to be a gain of about 5.
Number 72, Logan Atkinson's the freshman for the 74, isn't it? Yeah, Gunnar Conrad, a sophomore offensive lineman for the Baxter Springs Lions, just put RD end on roller skates and opened that hole up for him.
Yeah, looking at this roster for the Baxter Springs Lions, they only have 2 seniors on the entire roster. Something to note for the future of the CNC. This one's thrown out to Wade. Beautiful coverage there by Murphy.
59. Liedstrom. Yeah.
Sorry, it was Liedstrom. It looked like 53 out there.
And that's going to bring up 4th down here. See what the Lions want to do.
Well, you're in plus territory. You might as well go for it here. And it looks like that's what Coach McCoy is going to choose to do.
Fourth and 9 here. Trojans defense really needs a stop right here.
Parrish drops back, looking for a receiver, roll out to the near side. He's got to break down the sideline, and he's going to be forced out by Blake Brocobb, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Baxter Springs Lions. Girard will take over on offense.
Yeah, great job there again. Girard defensive back, nowhere for the quarterback to throw the ball and able to force him out of bounds before he's able to get to the chains.
A good little drive there by Baxter Springs, but it will come up short in the end, and the Trojans will take over at their own 28-yard line. Here comes the signal caller, Ben Cullen. He brings in the play and will break the huddle. Trojans with two receivers to the far. And then obviously their two wingbacks set with Ashbacher and Huber. First handoff will go to Ashbacher, and he is blown up at the line of scrimmage. Does a nice job just to keep that at a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, Baxter blitz off the left side there and was right there at the mesh point. They blew that play up from the beginning.
So far, this Baxter Springs line, both on offense and defense, has been winning the battle of the trenches.
Not what we wanted to see in the keys of the game.
Nope. Does not align with our keys.
They should have listened better.
Give us one of those coaches' headsets. Colin steps back. He's got a receiver over on the near side. That's a nice little pass. Onyebeni comes up with it, and he's fighting for extra yards down to the 35-yard line. A nice little gain for them. Puts them at 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, just run a little out route to Onyebeni, and Colin finds him, and he turns it upfield, makes it a manageable 3rd down and 3.
So a 10-yard gain for Onyebeni. And the Trojans faced with their first 3rd down here on their home turf. Cullen drops back, looking to pass once again, immediately rolls out. Had Clark over the middle, but right through the hands. And that will result in a 4th down and the first incompletion for Cullen.
Yeah, Colin, a nice design play. Clark had a step on him and just couldn't corral the catch, but would have had enough for the first down yardage.
P-U-N-T, punt, punt, punt. The punt team will come out here on 4th down and 3. I know it's not going to happen, but watch the fake, Jess. I'd like to see some excitement every day.
You got me to nod my head, but yeah, it's awful early here, wrong side of the field.
Bradley Wade and Caleb Grant back deep. Muff, snap. Poland is still going to punt it away, and that's a line drive. Let it roll, boys. Let it roll. Wow. What a recovery by Poland.
Yeah. Man. The snap took him all the way to the goal line, Daryl, and he's able to corral and then kick it and going to get Baxter Springs the ball back. But, man, that could have been terrible.
I mean, he kicked that ball from about the 3 or 4 yard line, and that's going to end up on the 36 for the Baxter Springs Lions. Fantastic punt by Poland. Call it 60 yards if you really want.
I'll run out of fingers.
So Baxter Springs will take over once again. A quick 3 and out for the Trojans. Parrish on the snap. Design QB run. And he's able to turn the corner, get upfield for a gain of a few.
The Trojans did a good job of just stringing him out, and nowhere for him to go for that. We talk about it, the D-ends and the outside linebackers for the Trojans have played such a good job and not allowing them to have the corner, and he just gained a yard there, I think.
It looks like they're going to spot it about the 38-yard line. So called a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 on the play. Pistol formation once again for the Lions. Parrish takes the snap. He'll roll out to the near side. He's got pressure on a way, but it's a reception there underneath. Just a little dump off to Riley Daniel, who's tackled up immediately, but still a completion and some yards.
And Gavin Huber did a good job of filling the hole and not letting him get anything because he would have had a lot of green turf ahead of him if Huber doesn't make that tackle.
Baxter's done a good job tonight of keeping these 3rd downs to short yardage. The one time they did it was when they turned the ball over on downs. So now with a 3rd down and 5 to go, we'll see what play call McCoy has in his pocket. Fakes the handoff. Pressure's coming from Gannon Clark, and that is going to be your Eastside Cafe short stack sack.
Big loss.
Eastside Cafe tomorrow morning. Go get your short stacks for $2. Andrew and the boys out at Eastside Cafe. Thank Gannon Clark and the community of Girard. Go get your pancakes tomorrow morning. I know I will.
What a play there by Gannon Clark. Untouched, free rein to the quarterback. Wraps him up, drives him to the ground. Perfect play there by number 2, Gannon Clark.
So obvious punting situation for the Lions. Snap is back. It's clean, and the punt is off, and it's a good one. Bowen will field it at about the 28-yard line. Here comes Bowen. Here comes Bowen. The dangerous speed of Bowen. He's breaking around the outside. He makes a cut inside. There goes Bowen still on his feet, and he's down at the 25-yard line of the Baxter Springs Lions.
Great job there by Corvin Bowen. And we saw it a little bit earlier in the season where they quit kicking to him, but what a weapon Corvin Bowen is for this Trojan team.
Electricity has struck here for Girard as they will take over on the 26-yard line of the Baxter Springs Lions. Indefinite plus territory, and it's time for a score, and your first score on the home turf. Colin breaks the snap. Breaks the huddle, I should say. Coming out in that pistol formation we all know and love. Love standing behind him. Will get the handoff up the middle, makes a nice little cut off the right side of his guard, and we'll get a gain of about 4, call it 5.
Yep, nothing fancy there. Trojans just right up the middle, positive yards.
Was ended up being a gain of 4, so 2nd down and 6 here for the Trojans. Colin with one receiver to the near, one to the far. He'll hold it, pitches it out to Bowen. Bowen's got himself a break on the outside. You're going to have to catch him. And a good play by Grant to slow Bowen down, and then Abbott's there to clean up the tackle on the outside.
Yep, good read there by Colin as the DN crashed down on the quarterback. He pitches it out to the speedster Bowen and almost took it to the house.
Great read by Colin, like you mentioned, pitching it out to Bowen. That was very close to breaking there for the Trojans, but nonetheless, you got 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Huber goes in motion, and that's going to be a flag on the play. Bowen got a little antsy and moved too early.
There's one of those mistakes the Trojans we talk about we got to eliminate here. So, like I said, 1st and 10 there now brings 1st and 15.
Inside the red zone, even more costly. As we're going to have 1st down and 15. Sorry, 16 now because they move it. Well, now it is 15.
Right. He just spotted it wrong.
So at the 16-yard line, Colin pitches it out to Ashbacher. He's got to break around the outside. Oh, he scores a touchdown, but there's a flag down on the play.
Yep, I think we're going to have holding on the Trojans to open that corner up.
It will be holding on the Trojans, so 2 straight penalties push them back to where they were before the big Bowen play.
Yeah, that's a big. It's a spot foul, but it's going to push the ball all the way back to the 23 when the Trojans started this drive on the 11.
And, originally after that punt return, the Trojans were on the 36-yard line, the 26-yard line. And now with penalties, they've only moved 3 yards ahead. Colin drops back. He's got pressure immediately. Pass is incomplete.
Trying to set up that bubble screen up in the middle. Ashbacher couldn't handle it. It was there if the throw's good, but the pressure on the release of the lineman, they just maybe need to hold their blocks for just another tick right there.
Yeah, just get another little shove on him, slow him down just a little bit more so that you don't have so much pressure on Colin there because he had to rush that throw a little bit trying to get it to Ashbacher. Second down and forever here for the Trojans. And we're going to get a line to jump off sides, so that'll get some positive yardage.
This time the hard count works in the Trojan favor. Going to remain second down from the 18-yard line. Corner's been there here, Daryl, so we'll see what Philpott wants to draw up. But Trojan running backs is able to get to the corner a couple different times here early in this game.
Mm-hmm. And if you notice, I mean, they're really stacking the box. The Lions are. They've got, it looks like 9 guys in there. Colin's going to pitch it out to Huber. Huber, he's going to have a break around the outside, receives a block from Ashbacher, and he'll get down to about the 4-yard line.
And there again, just like we talked about, Daryl, the corner was open for the Trojans again as they collapse down on Colin and allow the pitch man around the outside.
So back to positive territory after you were originally on the 11-yard line. You get pushed back all the way to the 23. Gain some yardage back there. And now 3rd down and 3, but you're also just 4 yards away from that end zone.
4 down territory.
Absolutely. Ashbacher in motion. There'll be a keeper for Colin. He tries to cut back across the grain, and he is stood up near that 1st down line.
Yeah, Colin maybe dance a little bit in that hole. Just trust your size there, young Colin, and lower your head and drive yourself in there next time. But it is going to bring up 4th and short.
So 4th down and short, a chance to reset the chains.
That'll be the quarter.
But yep, the quarter will expire first. So at the end of the first quarter, Trojans and Lions all tied with goose eggs on the scoreboard. But the Trojans knocking on the door. We'll be right back on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Welcome back. They have flipped the field, and the Trojans face towards the west now. A brand new quarter, a brand new clock, but the same exact spot and same exact situation. 4th down and 1 from the 2-yard line. Like we said, still a chance to reset the chains here, but you're going for the sweet nectar of the end zone. The Lions have the box stacked. Colin pitches it out to Ashbacher. Ashbacher's going to have to beat the man around the outside, and he dives in for the pylon. But there is a flag down again.
Dang it.
So that is the 2nd time now that Ashbacher has scored and the play has been called back. Assuming that this is a penalty on the Trojans, but the way they're moving back, it absolutely is.
Yeah, they called holding. Man.
Can't catch a break there. Well, that makes it a lot trickier here as now you go from 4th down and 1 to, it looks like they're going to spot it on the 10. called 11-yard line. So now you got 4th down and 10. You can still reset the chains, but from this distance doesn't make all that much of a difference. The good news here is either way, you're going to pin the Lions back field position-wise. So Colin, he will drop back. He's looking for a man. He's going to throw it to Clark. Clark's going to go and it's just going to fall incomplete. It was a nice battle for the ball, broken up there by Isaiah Main. So a good battle between the corner and Gannon. And that's going to be a turnover on downs in plus territory for the Trojans.
50-50 ball there that time. I think Clark had it in his hands. Maine took it away from Clark. Clark ended up fighting it back out of Maine's hands. But nonetheless, Trojans end up turning it over on downs.
And all things considered, you're still winning the field position battle here. But, man, that stings because you had Ashbacher running into the end zone twice on that drive. So now the Lions take over from their own 11-yard line. Quite a long way to go from here, but they'll hand off to Wade, and he's going to be met by Liedstrom and then wrapped down by some extra Trojans there. I believe that was Kimmick in on the final tackle.
Yeah, nothing fancy there, just Trojans able to get off their blocks and stand him up just for a short gain.
So the struggles on offense for the Trojans. I mean, everything was going good there, but some penalty issues pop up. Announcers jinx. I'll take the blame on that one. But Lions now in the shotgun formation, 2nd down and 7. Hopefully the defense can still stand tall. Parrish fakes. He'll move inside. Has a nice little break to the outside. A good little spin move. And is slammed down by Brokoff.
There again, a little quarterback drawn up by the Lions. Able to get positive yards, but it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Call it a gain of 3 because now it's 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4. Parrish rolling out to the far side. He's going to throw, and it's almost dragged in. Just off the hands of his intended receiver, Braden Wade.
That's going to force a Baxter punt, surely, in their side of the... And that'll see if we got Bowen here, who last time returned 145 yards and set the Trojans up.
We'll see if they even decide to kick it to him. I'd be hesitant, as he's still had the most yards on special teams than the Trojans have had pretty much all season. A nice little punt, end over end. And Bowen's going to let this one fall. And it will stop at the Trojan 44-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will take over. So you're winning the field position battle. You get a nice little 3-and-out there. Your defense still stands tall, but now you got to score. Now you got to execute.
Yeah, and they drove down the field. Of course, only had to go 26 yards and ended up turning it over on downs after, let me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 penalties on that last drive. So that's something that we've played 2 games and we haven't had 5 penalties total, and all of a sudden tonight we have a bunch of penalties.
Yeah, and you maybe wonder if, those first 2 weeks they kind of just let them play, get their bearings right, or you never quite know really what's going on the field and what changes from week to week, but still, taking over here now, Love, fighting through contact. He's still pushing forward, and will fall down after a gain of about 5.
Now, Love run into the back of number 61, Brooks Walker, and he was able to keep Junior under control, but not before he could gain a gain of 4.
Yeah, it looks like they'll bring it back a yard. So it'll be a gain of 4 for Love. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Clock ticks under 10 to go here in the second quarter. Huber lined up as the wing back to the far side. He'll go in motion as well. Rocket toss out to him. He's going to make a cut up field. He makes a man miss, and he's got some room on the sideline. Forced out of bounds by Parrish. A good gain there from Huber. He'll go down at the 34-yard line of the Lions.
Yeah, just a great run right there. Huber's off his block, and they're always taught, you want to cut inside that block. Don't beat him to the corner. Let your receiver do his job. And Huber did a great job of cutting it upfield for a Trojan 1st down.
A gain of about 18 on the play. And now Cullen. He will hand it off to Love up the middle, who's going to weave his way through traffic, fighting all the way down. That is one of the toughest 4-yard gains you'll see.
And maybe one of the toughest 176-pound running back you'll see across the league.
He just keeps those legs churning. So now the ball on the 31-yard line. So I actually call it a gain of 3, I guess, on the play. Man, I feel like I'm just 1 yard short every time. Cullen hands off up the middle to Love, and once again, he's going to fight his way forward for a short gain.
Whole host of lions around his ankles is able to advance the ball up to the 29-yard line.
Something to note for the Baxter Springs Lions is they have their starting quarterback and most of their players going both ways here. I mentioned the youth of their roster only having 2 seniors. That has its effects throughout a ball game. We'll see if they can keep up their conditioning-wise throughout the rest of this contest. But still, through 1 and a little bit of the second quarter, we stand at 0-0, and there's going to be a timeout on the field for Coach Neil Philpott. He wants to talk things over with his squad for this 3rd down. We'll take a break with him. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big
The
loss.
Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Welcome back here. Trojans still in their timeout huddle, and they break it now, but he just mentioned it before we went back on air. Probably 4 down territory here. At least I'd like it to be 4 down territory with only 3rd down and 5 to go. So here we go. Trojans line up. Huber comes in motion. Cullen steps back, steps up in the pocket. He's got a man. And with the catch.
What a catch. Corvin Bowen.
Corvin Bowen tracks it off the back hip, comes back to it, and makes a back shoulder grab. What a play there from Bowen.
We're going to spot that all the way down to the 7-yard line.
So now 1st down and goal to go from the 7-yard line. Cullen's going to keep. Cullen spinning off a tackler. He's fighting his way, and he's down at the 1-yard line, maybe 2.
Yeah, Ben just trying to will his way in there. Lions had him wrapped up a couple different times, but Cullen with his strength fights it all the way down to the 2-yard line.
And it looks like we're going to get a Baxter Springs timeout now. So it's 7:40 to go, and the Trojans knocking on the door. We'll take a quick break here on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back. Trojans knocking on the door. 2nd down and 2 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Coach McCoy wanted to talk things over with his Lions and make sure they're ready for this goal line stand. We'll see what the Trojans have to draw up here. I don't see why you go anything different than the smash mouth football. Cullen gets the snap. He'll hand it off to Love, and right up the middle, Love goes. for a Trojan touchdown. The first touchdown on Frank Jameson Field in 2025.
Remember, just a 2-yard dive right up the middle. Junior gets in there, no problem.
Poland set to kick this one. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And it's just a bit outside. Take a look back at this replay here of what happened to set up that touchdown. Of course, we had the deep pass to Corvin Bowen, who caught it on that little back shoulder. I want to call it a fade because he just tracked that ball beautifully. And then you had a Colin with a little 5-yard run, and then here it is. Lamont Love right up the middle for a quick Trojan touchdown. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back. We're right back into the action as Poland kicks it away. It's going to be fielded deep here by Caleb Grant. Caleb Grant makes one-man miss, and he breaks it off to the outside. Caleb Grant's got moved down to the sideline, and he's finally forced out of bounds, and we're going to get a late flag.
It's going to be a horse collar tackle. It's going to add another 15 yards to the play.
Got a little score update from over in Colgan, just from what I'm hearing. If you remember, I talked big game about Clayton Adamson going into that game. He currently has 4 touchdowns in the first half against Columbus. So just a little score update over there for Colgan. They're winning 28-0 over Columbus as of right now. So with the horse collar penalty, some yards will be tacked on, and Lions will now start in plus territory. Man, special teams have been so impactful this season so far. For the Trojans especially, we just saw it there again for the Lions. And, I mean, it was special teams is the reason that Riverton scored in that game last week. So we'll see if they can correct those mistakes as the season goes on. Pressure coming, and it's a nice pass delivered over the middle. Daniel makes the catch, and he's making people miss. He's dragging bodies ahead, and will finally go down at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Trojans just didn't do a great job of tackling right there, but he really didn't gain a whole lot of extra yards after the catch. Trojans just kept bouncing off.
So now 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation once again here for the Lions. Quick snap. Wade takes the handoff, breaks it off to the outside, and is forced out of bounds, but we have a flag come in once again.
Holding on Baxter, that'll back him up 10.
Correction once again from that Colgan game. Clayton Adamson had 4 touchdowns in the first quarter. Jess, so some spectacular play, and I'm glad we don't have to see Colgan again on the season. But focusing here on this game, it's going to be holding on the Lions, and that'll push them back. All the way to the 39-yard line. So 1st down and 19. Not a very normal number, but still Parrish in the shotgun. Takes the handoff, steps back, throws it over to Wade, who's tackled from behind by Clark. But it's a good little gain of, call it 5.
Okay, Trojans kind of in a zone coverage right there. Clark did a good job of recognizing the Lions receiver got behind his zone coverage, but able just to turn around and make a good form tackle.
2nd down and 14 now. Ticking under 6:40 to go here in this second quarter and this first half. Parrish in the pistol. He's got Maine and Grant to the near side, but will hand off to Wade in the backfield, who runs into a few maroon jerseys. And on that tackle, number 22, Boston Malikas.
Malikas just a freshman playing linebacker for the Trojans, able to fill that A-gap, make first contact, and drag him to the ground.
And Malikas, one of the bigger kids on our roster for just a freshman, like you mentioned. He comes in at 5'10", 171 pounds. He's going to be a stellar player to watch over the next few years, Jess.
Yeah, he's a half-brother of the Pitt State ex-quarterback Brandon Malikas.
Mm-hmm. So now, 3rd down and long. Parrish throws quick, and that one's going to skip into Caleb Grant.
I don't know if the rest were looking, but I was waving it off up there.
I saw it.
That ball bounced. I was making sure they saw it too. That's so Baxter. They have a little decision to make here, being 4th down and 11, but they could try to pin the Trojans and make them go the whole length of the field, or they could go for it right here, and it looks like they're probably going for it.
Well, with how they've thrown the ball so far, I don't blame them. And plus, you go down by 6, and if I know anything about Coach McCoy and broadcasting him for his first year out at Baxter, he's aggressive. Parrish steps back, rolling to the far side. Doesn't have anyone open. He's going to launch, and that is way behind.
Oh, no way. You can't throw that.
No.
Uncatchable ball.
Well, some protest in the stands, but nonetheless, it's going to be pass interference on the defense, and that is going to move the chains for the Lions.
It's going to replay 4th down. I think that's just a 10-yard penalty in high school, so it should be 4th and 1. But yet again, that's another penalty on the Trojans.
And those two were...
There was some contact, but the ball was 10 yards underthrown. The contact had nothing to do with him catching the ball.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty, it looks.
Well, I was wrong.
Happens to the best of us.
So it's be 1st down from the 16.
A crucial penalty once again for the Trojans. This side of the field just isn't too good for us, I don't think. Parrish will hand off to Wade on the counter play. He's cutting inside. Wade, he's going to go all the way down to the 3-yard line, and they'll have 1st down and goal to go.
Yep, that, like you said, that counter trap, that right guard pulled and opened a hole big enough that you could have drove a truck through it, and Baxter was able to take it all the way down there for 1st and goal.
3 yards to tie this game up. Parrish in the pistol. You got 2 men to the far side, 1 to the near. Handoff's going to go to Wade up the middle. He's going to bounce it off the tackle and fight his way in for a Lion touchdown. What's going on here? So the Lions even things up and make it 6-6. Now, a few years ago, Jacob Grant was the field goal kicker for Baxter Springs, and he hit a 50-yarder on the season. Caleb Grant has been practicing with him all that time. We'll see if he still has that kicking ability. It's up, and it's good. And the Lions will take the lead for the first time of this game. Trojans will have the ball when we come back on the kickoff here on Girard Sports Live.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better, better is better at Heidrick's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome back here to Girard Sports Live, and we had some unsportsmanlike during the break, Jess.
Yeah, I was watching the whole thing. Girard coaching staff was out there just discussing that pass interference play that ended up costing the Trojans that touchdown, and he was just asking, was that ball catchable?
Yeah.
And evidently it wasn't, because the back judge took it real personal. That anyway, Baxter's going to kick off here from the 40, should be the 45-yard line.
Yeah, looks like it, and we'll see what their strategy is. I mean, if you're kicking from the 45, there's absolutely no reason to not try for an onside kick.
Some sort of little pooch kick, something here.
I mean, especially it looks like the Trojans are lining up with their trick formation back there. They got, it looks like Love, Onyebenny, and Bowen back deep to receive. So hopefully the up men are ready, because I have a keen feeling that this one's not going deep.
Yeah, you said it best here. These front guys here standing at the 35-yard line need to be heads up at a ball coming right at them here.
Grant, he's going to drop back, the lefty kicker for the Lions. Standing on the Trojan head at the middle of the field. And here it comes, a little squib kick. Greatly fielded over there by the Trojans. That's a good job by number 3, Easton Clark, to gather that one in, go down, take a deep breath. Let's get the offense back on the field. Let's go on a long drive.
Yeah, but Easton Clark, just being a freshman, understanding the situation, great onside kick there by Baxter. That ball bounced, but it just happened right into Easton's hands, and he was able to do the smart thing. So Trojans are going to take over here with 5 minutes to go in the half from the 28-yard line. See, they put together a pretty good drive last time they had it.
Yeah. That's something I was going to mention, actually, is so far the Trojans have gone on some long, methodical drives. So now with 5:11 to go, you can potentially run out this quarter and go in with a lead. Don't forget that the Trojans will get the ball. It's a little trickery. Huber's going to have it. He's breaking through with some speed. A nice little first down for Huber. I want to show you guys this replay, hopefully before they get the chains moved and get going, because I want to show you this trickery here. And it's a replay brought to you by Challenger Construction. See, they fake the one way and then hand off sneakily to Huber. And he's able to take it down for a first down. Shout out to Challenger Construction once again for the replay. Colin pitches out to Ashbacher. Ashbacher turns the corner. Oh, Clark, no. Yeah, that one's going to draw 2 flags on that one. And once again, Ashbacher in the end zone and a flag on the field.
Fans are starting to get on that.
Well,
it's a spot foul, so we'll be able to get some yardage out of it.
Well, couple steps forward, couple steps back. The good news is that ends up the game about 6. So I guess you'll take it. I mean, you'd much rather have the touchdown, I suppose, but got to look at the bright side of things, right?
Yep.
First down and 4 here for the Trojans. Handoff up the middle to Love. He is pushing behind his offensive line. Can't quite get any motion, and he will be dragged down after a gain of 1. Clock ticks under 4 minutes to go. Second down and very short here for the Trojans. Colin. And before the snap, we're going to have a timeout by Girard. So some miscommunications on the offensive side for the Trojans have plagued them so far. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the conclusion of this first half on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Second down short is still the situation here. You got about 3 yards to go for a first down, 3:35 on the clock, so still some distance to go on this drive. You want to get points before the end of this quarter and the end of this half because you do get the ball back in the start of the second half, so that's something to look forward to for the Trojans. Colin fakes. He's looking downfield for a receiver. Waits for a long time. It's right through the hands of Huber.
Had him. Huber broke open. A good job scramble drills. He was fighting his way back to Colin as he was scrambling out the right side, but just maybe threw it too hard. Something hit him right in the hands. He wasn't able to corral it, but that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 here.
3rd down and 4. Another missed opportunity for the Trojans. And you don't want this drive to stall out, especially after the momentum the Lions had on the last one. Flip out to Huber, and this one is just absolutely demolished in the backfield.
Maybe it went to the well one too many times, Daryl. I don't know, but Baxter had that one read from the get-go and is able to corral him for a loss. It's going to bring up 4th down and bring out the Trojan punting team.
I think you're right on the going to the well situation because they've run that toss play a few times. It's been successful just about every time, and you can only punch a guy in the mouth a few times before he notices how to block it. And we're gonna have another timeout. So teams really expiring their timeouts here. Want to make, I guess you can't leave with them. We'll take another quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard
Welcome back to Girard Sports Live. Poland sends out the punt team, or walks out with the punt team. Back deep to receive is going to be Bradley Wade for the Baxter Springs Lions.
Yeah, last time Trojans punted, it was not a good snap. Poland able to make a great play. We'll hope it all goes a little smoother here.
Yeah, there it is again. Wow, what a grab by Poland. And then another great punt. You just got to commend him for the ability he has on that special teams side. Yeah, let it roll out. What a job by Poland, man. They say special teams wins games, and it helps you in the long run win that field position battle, and he's doing all he can to help Girard Trojans land on top.
Yeah, it was a great play there again. Not a great snap, but Poland able to kind of one-hand it, and under duress gets off a big punt to flip the field position and make Baxter go a long ways.
2:41, 2-minute drill here for the Baxter Springs Lions. You got two receivers on the near side, one to the far. Expect them to drop back a few times here. Of course, they still have some time to work, and I believe they have one timeout in their arsenal. So we'll see how Coach McCoy plays out this 2-minute drill. Hopefully the Girard Trojans can handle business here, get a 3 and out, and get their team back on. Well, that's a good start for them, as you'll have two Lions moving on that play.
So it just seems like both teams here Just can't get any momentum going with the way it's being called down there on the field. See if this Trojan defense can't force a turnover right here. That'd be huge.
Parrish. He's going to go on a design QB run. He's met by a few Trojans on the play, and we got a late flag from the side judge. It's going to be holding on the Lions. Man, I tell you what, Jess, you know what?
Yeah, I'm not going to complain, but that holding call was called on Baxter's wide receiver, 25 yards away from the play.
Yeah,
no bearing on that play whatsoever. But yet they're so happy to be seen tonight. You know, everybody that paid entrance come here to watch these guys referee this game.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I'm glad you got it out and not me.
Sorry,
I
bottled it up a long time.
I understand. I mean, I'd rather just kind of see this, let him play. You know. Pass is completed out to Grant. He's got some space to move, but it's a good tackle by, I believe that's Liedstrom.
Yeah, good. Maybe a touchdown saving tackle right there, as he had a lot of turf in front of him. Good job there by Liam Liedstrom to make a tackle. Down under 2 minutes here to go in the first half.
Second down and about 8 for the Lions. Parrish steps back, looking for a man. Running out of room, throws, and it's picked off. It's picked off by Corbin Bowen on the sideline.
Yeah, there's the sign. Yeah, great job, Corbin Bowen. I didn't know if he got a foot down. There's that big turnover play we needed right there, Daryl.
Yeah, and you'll see it on this replay here by Challenger Construction with 1:42 to go here in the first half. What a huge play by lightning in a bottle himself, Corbin Bowen. You'll see Parrish rolling out to the far side, and he's just running out of room. He had a man he was looking for initially, and then throws, and Bowen just runs right under that. And that was an NFL interception, man. He got 2 feet down on the play.
Great play.
And another flag.
Yeah, starting to see some body language frustration here on the Trojans, even so many penalties, just no flow to this game whatsoever. Somehow that's a 4-yard penalty. From the 26 to the 30.
So now 1:40 to go. First down and 15. Colin, he's going to take off inside. What a well-read play by the Lions defense.
Yeah, I think that was a busted play by the Trojans offense, actually, Daryl, as they had running backs going 2 different ways, and Colin was a little late getting the snap off. And anyway, just an ugly play from the get-go.
Second down now and 15 to go still. I'll call it a little longer than that, actually. Colin steps back. He's going to fake over, and that is on the night, and I mean dropped.
Yep. I was just trying to run with it before you got it secured right there. Trojans need to keep their heads in it here. Minute to go. Get the ball back at half. It's been a great time to get a twofer right there. Colin this time runs all the way to the sideline to get his play call from Coach Philpott.
Third down and 17 with a minute to go. Colin steps back. He's got pressure. Oh, and he's going to go down. What a sack on the play by Landon Atkinson for the Baxter Springs Lions.
Yeah, just able to get him by his shoestring. I thought maybe Colton was able to keep his balance, but great play there by Baxter. And I think the Trojans are probably going to have to punt this, but they're going to do it with just like 10 seconds left on the game clock differential between that and the play clock.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet this one is going to draw down to, like you mentioned, 10 seconds because of the play clock expiring. We're going to get a timeout. Punt team's going to come out. We're going to go to halftime.
That drive, if anybody's keeping track, went 3 plays, negative 20-some yards. Not quite 18, I guess. No, that's 23.
Yeah,
math's not my strong suit, as you can tell.
It's currently 4th down and 31, Jess. So, either way, it went backwards.
It started on the 26 and we finished on the 43, according to my records.
While they take this quick break here, with just 10 seconds to go until halftime, we'll just keep it right here. We talked before the game how there have been no penalties, almost none. I mean, obviously, first 2 games of the season, some refs are a little more laid back on it because teams are getting their rhythm back and going. But still, it seems like the quantity of penalties tonight might outnumber what we see for the rest of the season, Jess. It's just been kind of a sloppy game by both teams.
Yes. And I don't know if it's been warranted on, but nonetheless, there's a set of rules you must play by, both teams, and this hasn't been just one way.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere emphasizing that it's just been only bad calls on the Trojans. There's just been a whole lot of penalties that we just haven't seen in the first 2 weeks of the season.
Hey, I like this. We got the offense still out there. Okay, I'm going to stand up for this one because with 10 seconds to go, Colin, he's going to toss it out to Ashbacher. Ashbacher, he's got blockers. He's going to make it out the outside. Ashbacher, he's going to break down the sideline. He's still on his feet. Aiden Ashbacher all the way down to the 6-yard line, but the clock will expire.
They got to set the clock, set to change with 1 second to go. They're saying to add 1 second. They need to get on the ball.
Well, they're going to talk things over here. Colin, you better get your butt back to that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're going to have to just snap the ball as soon as they whistle this.
So they're going to have 1 second to get a play done. And they're going to call it. Well.
So what happened? Penalty?
Nope.
Didn't get the snap off.
Didn't get the snap off. All right, well, some fireworks by Aiden Ashbacher there to end the half, but all for naught as time will expire, and we're going to go into halftime trailing by 1. Girard Trojans in their home opener against the Baxter Springs Lions. 6-7 is our score. After this halftime break, we'll be back with the halftime show, all here on Girard Sports Live.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Welcome back here to now the GN Bank halftime show. Our score at half is 6-7. Trojans trailing by 1 point. That missed extra point by Poland. We've had some issues on the extra points all season long. So hard to find a kicker who's able to make those kicks. And you mentioned it with like the Lomshet kid over at Colgan, such a weapon to have when you got a kicker who can knock those down consistently. And I believe Baxter has that in Caleb Grant, because I know his older brother was a fantastic kicker. And I know they always practice together through interviews with Coach McCoy. But nonetheless, we're here focused on the Girard Trojans, and we've had some issues here in the first half. I mean, the drives have been long. The drives have been going well. We've run the ball well. Our toss sweeps to the outside have looked good. We've had some drops on the passing game, and that's really affected us so far. But I think more than anything right now, the penalties have really driven us back. And, you know, you mentioned it. Some of them might not be warranted. Whatever. Doesn't matter. If you're having a reffing crew that's antsy on throwing the flag, then you've got to make as few mistakes as possible, and you got to make it look as polished as possible. So either way, you got to avoid anything that might even be considered a flag. But still, all that aside, still just 6-7 in this game. Still a close one. You still got plenty of time on the clock, and you get the ball to start the second half. I mean, Jess, what have you seen so far in this game?
Yeah, so Baxter takes the opening drive, and they go 14 plays and 41 yards and end up turning the ball over on downs. And after that, Baxter had three and outs in a row, and then was able to get the ball back, and it was a great big fourth down. It was like fourth and forever, and a pass interference called on the Trojan D-back would give them a first down, and 2 plays later they're able to get it in. And then Baxter gets the ball back again late in the second half and turn it over. Great play by Corvin Bowen with the interception. But as far as the Trojan offense goes, we've had 5 possessions, and we've had that 1 3 and out on our opening possession. Trojans have moved the ball pretty good. It's just they can't get out of their own way with a holding penalty here or an offsides penalty there. Like I think you said it earlier, Daryl, they've had 4 touchdowns called back on penalties tonight. Wide open, have the corner, and as he's crossing the goal line, a flag comes flying in from the backside, 15, 20 yards away from the play. So I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying that, man, 4 called back touchdowns, or this is a completely different ball game.
And if I'm not mistaken, all of them have been Aiden Ashbacher. So
he's had himself a game.
I'll say he's having quite the night.
Just not on paper.
And you saw it there at the end. He had some fireworks going down the sideline. Almost was able to set the Trojans up well. Just couldn't get that last snap off. So regardless, that eye on the game there is brought to you by Kenara Eye Care. As we take that look back at the first half, Kenara Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kenara Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KenaraEyeCare.com. Well, I think it's about time we take another quick break. The Girard Trojan Band is playing out there on the field. And don't forget, I got to remind you now so I remember later, tomorrow morning at Eastside Cafe, experience the best breakfast and get yourself some $2 short stacks. Shout out to Andrew and the crew over there at Eastside Cafe for making that one possible. We'll be right back on the GN Bank Halftime Show.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Thanks to your support, Kenara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back here to the GN Bank Halftime Show, as always, brought to you by none other than GN Bank, who, also to mention, is the sponsor of today's game here out at the field. GN Bank was down over on the sideline helping out our students and our student athletes. You always got to, just respect them for all they do for our community. But, of course, Halftime Show is brought to you by GM Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, Jess, I saw you doing some math over there. I saw you pulled out the calculator. Let's hear some of those halftime stats.
Well, like I said, Baxter,
team stats, of course.
Right, team stats. Baxter has 91 yards of offense. And I thought, man, Trojan defense done a really good job of shutting them down. And then I did our Trojan offense, and we have 109. So, I mean, it's been kind of the same way. Trojans was able to sustain a lot. They have the time of possession by a long shot, but Trojans just unable to get anything punched in the end zone. So that's about as far as I got on my scribbles.
Yeah. Well, we take a quick little score update from around the league. I mentioned that Colgan game is currently a blowout over in Columbus. Clayton Adamson had 5 touchdowns to start that game. He had 5 touchdowns, and I believe the starters are probably off the field by now because it's now 48-7, if I'm correct. Anybody could correct me if I'm wrong, but 48-7 currently over there in Columbus. I believe Columbus scored on a little flea flicker pass. So 48-7 is the score update over there. Currently, Lebec County is beating the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons 21-7 or 20-7. I believe is the score update over there. And then Frontenac currently winning against Riverton 28-0 at halftime. So the matchup for next week and our matchup last week facing off, and Frontenac is definitely getting the better of them right now at the halftime point. Well, look at the numbers at halftime that look around the league, and those quick stats are brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt is heavy. So trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, waterline install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling, B&B Excavating. Call 620-724-2735. We'll take another quick break here. Teams to retake the field here in about 2 minutes, and then they'll have that quick warm-up period, so we should be just right for second half kickoff where the Trojans will receive here on Girard Sports Live.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better. Better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better. Better is better at Heidrich's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Welcome back to the GN Bank Halftime Show. Teams are out warming up now, so we're just about to get underway with that second half kickoff. The Trojans will receive, and Baxter Springs will kick it deep. So the Trojans have a chance for redemption on the offensive side. They were so close to getting that touchdown to end the half, and that would have completely changed the outlook on the game, in my opinion at least, because that would have, obviously put the Trojans up, and you also would have had a chance to extend that lead. But now you just have a chance to take back the lead here to start off this second half. You mentioned some stats that we didn't go over, some special team stats there from Bowen. I mean, what does that entail, Jess?
Yeah, I just kind of overlooked when we was talking about offensive yardage. our offensive yardage stats looked a little skewed, so I went back and looked through my notes, and I'd left out a 45-yard punt return there by Corbin Bowen. So, I mean, we've not quite doubled up the yardage of Baxter. And Daryl, just my eyes, and I know everybody calls me a homer, and I watch this team through my crimson and gold glasses setting up here. I just feel like Baxter's maybe started the game winning in the trenches, but Baxter's had 5 possessions, 3 and outs.
Yeah.
We have just been right there playing on their side of the football field the whole first half and just unable to punch it in.
Absolutely.
Due to some, unforeseen circumstances. And we've just been right there. I mean, I just feel like we've just controlled this game, but we're still losing it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned it. So many drives where we've ended in plus territory. So many drives where we've ended in the red zone of the Baxter Springs Lions. And obviously, that's never a recipe for success if you want to win a football game. But nonetheless, you got to come out here and you got to start executing on the offensive side. It's kind of been the story of the season so far is can you execute on the offensive side of the ball? Defense has been doing just fine.
Can you finish drives?
Absolutely.
I mean, there again, I've seen teams, excuse me, I've seen teams in the past play really good from the 20 to the 20, but they get inside that red zone and for some reason they just falter.
Yeah.
And this seems to be a kind of an Achilles heel for this Trojan team early in the season. But another thing I'll tell you, and I preach it a lot in basketball season, man, coaches get paid for their halftime adjustments here. And Coach Philpott and Hudson and the rest of the staff, I'm telling you right now, I trust what they're going to do in this halftime to get this thing righted and get this ship back pointed in the right direction.
Absolutely. So we'll see if the ship can be righted, I guess I should say, because, man, defense is doing a stellar job. You just got to keep with it. And then on the offensive side, just finish off those drives like you said. Baxter Springs coming into this game, obviously up 2-0 on the season, having themselves a good little record, trying to extend that to 3-0. Sports in Kansas recently posted about Cole Parrish, the quarterback for Pittsburgh State. My good, I got no rhythm there. I got so used to calling for Pittsburgh State that sometimes it just slips out. But for Baxter Springs, he's gotten into a rhythm. He had stellar first 2 games, and you could see why that offensive line blocks so well for him. I mean, it's been just an advantage of Girard to be able to shut down the routes of the receivers out there. But every now and then, Parrish, if he gets an open receiver, he's able to find them, and he's able to throw it on a line to him. So he's going to be scary for the next 2 years because he is just a sophomore, just to remind you all. So here we go with Caleb Grant. He's going to break the huddle, and he'll be set to kick it off. Back deep for the Trojans, we have Trent Onyebenny. It looks like Lamont Love, and also I believe that's Corbin Bowen. That'll end the GN Bank halftime show, brought to you by GN Bank. Once again, the sponsor of this game in general. This one's going to be kicked deep, a nice little end-over-end kick. It's going to roll. It's going to stop, actually. Pick up the ball. Huber's got it. He's going to break off the sideline, and he's able to gain a few nice yards, and then he slammed down the sideline, and there's a flag for that.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried right there that Trojans wasn't going to cover that live ball, but Huber able to grab it and get a nice return. Plus, we're going to add 15 yards to it.
Well, there we go. Now you got positive territory. You mentioned from the 20 to 20. We've been very good this season. So it'll be unnecessary roughness against the Lions. And yeah, you just saw that tackle went a little too long there on Huber, and that'll result in a 15-yard penalty if I'm not mistaken. So from the point of when he went out of bounds is, I believe, where they're taking it from. And that'll put us at the 48-yard line, still in Trojan territory.
All right. See what this offense can muster. They haven't had any problems really moving the ball. If they can just keep away from a penalty pushing them backwards.
Love powers forward for a gain of about 2.
Yep, and I noticed that play, Daryl. Baxter's not respecting maybe the throwing game right there. They had probably 10 in the box. They had 8 or 9 around the line of scrimmage right there when the Trojans snapped the ball.
Yeah, it's something that Baxter and Coach McCoy in general has done ever since he came to Baxter is they just load the box up. It leaves weaknesses on the outside against throwing teams, but I think watching film, and if you know the Trojans, we're likely not to pass until, a little longer distance situations. And this run game for the Trojans, what they rely on, so we'll see if they can pick that up. Colin pitches out to Bowen. Bowen's going to get the edge. Bowen, he's a speedster on the outside, breaks a tackle, and will finally go out of bounds. That looks like the 39-yard line.
That good play design right there is get Bowen to the edge. And you had just talked about how they can be susceptible on the edge right there a little bit. And Bowen able to exploit that and get the ball in plus territory here.
It was good blocking on the outside. I mean, we mentioned it all night long, how the corner has been so open for the Trojans. Hopefully they can keep exploiting that here. Because with how Baxter stacks the box, eventually they're going to have to spread guys out to defend against it. And that's when Love's going to be open inside. Oh, man, that one is just swallowed up in the backfield. They tried that same trick reverse play, and it's immediately tackled down by Baxter Springs.
Yeah, that's Sam Weaver playing out of his defensive lineman position. So he's playing the right D end, and he was supposed to bite on the play fake, and he stayed home and did his job and was able to stop Bowen there for a loss.
That's a big kid waiting there for Bowen. Bowen could not use any of his shiftiness to get out of that tackle. It ends up being a loss of 3 is how they'll mark it. So from the 44-yard line, the Trojans will take over. Got a little bit of a different set here with 2 receivers to the near side. Colin drops back to pass. He's got a rush coming. Steps up in the pocket. Throws over the middle. He's got Ashbacher. Ashbacher sees it in. And that's going to be a good little completion there for Ben Colin.
Yeah, and we did talk about it earlier, Daryl, but there was 3 or 4 drops in the first half as well. But Ashbacher, what you just said, watched that one into his chest and broke off a big play for the Trojans.
You can see here on this instant replay brought to you by Challenger Construction. Colin does a good job stepping up in the pocket and then throws off the 1 foot and completes it to Ashbacher, and then a host of Baxter Springs lines there to take him down. And here we go again with Colin. He'll hand off up the middle to Love. Love's got a break. He's going to fight through and end up being tackled down by, I believe, that's Isaiah Main.
Yeah, and here we go. We talk about it all the time, Daryl. You got to run the ball to throw it. We got Baxter all in there. We throw the ball over the top of them, big gain. They spread out a little bit. We just pound them right back up the middle for another big gain.
And now we're inside the 20. Can we switch our fortune in the red zone? Colin takes a snap. Takes the handoff. He'll keep it. Colin bites back up the middle, spins, and will be dragged down. We'll see where they spot it.
They'll spot it inside the 5. It looks like about the 3-yard line right there. Trojans able to get a first down without a touchdown if needed.
Looks like they're going to make it 2nd down, and I believe that's 1 yard, maybe 1.5. So like you mentioned, you can reset the chains here and give yourself 4 extra downs to go for it, or you could just score right here and get the 2nd touchdown on Frank Jameson Field. Colin, he'll be the one to do it. He's going to bruise forward. He's pushing. He doesn't quite have it, and I don't think he has the first down either. Yeah, the refs are signaling 3rd down.
It's got to be close. See where they spot the ball. Well, spotted it to 2.
Okay, so now you have 3rd down and looks like a yard, maybe a football length. Ball's on the 2-yard line. Handoff to Love. He's going to bruise it in for a Girard Trojan touchdown.
Nothing fancy there. Just needed 2, and 2 they got.
So the Girard Trojans nail it home to take back the lead here on Frank Jameson Field in their home opener. And it looks like we're going to go for 2 as well. Colin rolls out. He's going to go for it. lays the shoulder, and Cullen is in for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that wasn't going to be denied, was Ben Cullen right there. He just run over a couple Lions to get those 2 points.
Absolutely, and you can see here this replay of the touchdown brought to you by Challenger Construction. Just once again, that play that scored on earlier, Love straight up the middle. Trojans lead by 7.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Zeb Poland set to kick this one off after the Trojans take the lead. Oh my gosh, we got a flag on the kickoff?
Offsides Trojans. He had half a foot across the line before Poland kicked it.
His big toe.
Oh, he was offside. So on that scoring drive, Daryl, that was just under 4 minutes. 8-play, 52-yard touchdown for the Trojans. Junior Love caps off a 2-yard touchdown run.
And set off by the big passing play to Aiden Ashbacher as well. Poland's going to kick this one. It'll be fielded around the 25-yard line. Caleb Grant works around the outside. I'm not sure what his blockers were doing, but they got behind him real quick. So with 8 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock, Lions will take over from their own, call it 33-yard line.
See if this Trojan defense can maintain first half intensity here. Try to contain this Baxter Springs offense that's maybe could be a little high powered if you think they let them hang around here.
First down and 10. 34-yard line looks like where they spotted it. Parrish rolling out. He'll throw. Just launches it out of bounds. Shout out to Coach Hudson for making that grab.
Yeah, there again, Trojan D-back had them all covered up, but that was an odd play for me. They had trips to the far side, and they rolled it out here to the short side of the field where they only one receiver out that the Trojans had that bottled up.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're coming from there. I don't understand rolling away, obviously, to the near side of the field as well. Well, I'm no play caller.
Good for the Trojans.
Absolutely. Parrish with second down and 10. He'll hand off to Wade. Wade's got a big gap to walk through there, and he's able to pound forward for 10 yards, and I think he moves the chains.
Yeah, big hole to run through off that right side right there, and even got through the Trojan linebacking core and Trojans defensive back. When your safeties and corners are leading and tackling running backs, that's not a good recipe for success.
So they will give him the first down and move the chains forward. 43-yard line, it looks like, is where they place the ball. Wade, once again, going to get the handoff and chooses the wrong side, but still pushing forward. A nice gain of about 4.
Yeah, there again, kind of the same counter trap play. That left guard pulls over there and opens up a big hole. Trojans linebacking core need to read that guard pulling and understand which hole they need to fill right there.
Miscommunication here. They're going to go 5 wide. Parrish stands alone in the backfield. Looks like he's calling an audible at the line of scrimmage. He's going to drop back to pass. Throws it quick. Over to Isaiah Main. Main is going to be tackled quickly, but still is going to get a little gain there for himself.
Yeah, there's that bubble screen, and this time he was smart enough not to cut it back into the middle where middle linebacker Blake Brokaw stuck him the last time they tried to run that play.
Just got a score update from Frontenac. It's currently 42-7 on top of the Riverton Rams over there at Frontenac. Still third quarter, I believe, with just 5 minutes left to go there. So third down and call it about 4 or 5 yards as Parrish takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls off to the near side. He's rolling, looking for a man to throw to. He's going to tuck and try and take off. And I think he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage or maybe lose 1 yard. It will be a loss of 1 on the play.
That's going to bring up fourth down here. We'll see what the Lions want to do, trailing by 7 here early in the third quarter.
I mentioned that Coach McCoy is aggressive. I don't think that's going to stop here. Well,
never fails.
I can never read minds,
Never does. And, we talk about that Pitt State quite a bit on this channel, but, Coach McCoy for Baxter was a receiver for Pitt State. Same time Philpott, the coach for Trojan, was quarterback. And so those two are pretty good buddies.
That one's punted away by Isaiah Main. It's going to check back up and give a Trojan roll. Oh, what are we doing? That's going to be a late hit there. I don't know who's hit him, but still just a silly penalty for the Trojans.
Going to back him up. Trojans should maintain possession.
Yeah, they'll maintain possession as that one was fielded and downed. It was just a hit after the play was over. They'll call it sportsmanlike on that one. Not sure who that ended up being on, but if whoever it was, if they get another one, correct me if I'm wrong, Jess, but they will be ejected from the game.
I believe so. I don't believe you're allowed 2 unsportsmanlike in a contest, but that's a big penalty. It's going to back them all the way up to about the 14-yard line right there?
Yeah, that had taken a friendly Girard roll, but now that you're backed up, penalties once again becoming an issue. Colin takes a snap and will hand off to Love, who cuts back across the grain. He's stiff-arming people off of him. End up a game of about 4. So that'll bring up second down at about 6 here. Lions do a good job of staying on sides. No one jumps. And the Trojans will call the play in. Huber retakes his position on the line. Fake the handoff. Bowen gets it on the outside. Bowen with some dangerous speed. Bowen going down the sideline. Corbin Bowen with one man to beat. He is dragged down by Caleb Grant. No flags. A huge gain for Corbin Bowen.
Yeah, this time they sealed that corner right there. Bowen cut it to the outside. And if it wasn't for Caleb Grant, Bowen was off to the races right there.
It's not very often you see someone able to track Corbin Bowen down, but you could see him a nice block downfield as well. And then he's off to the races. Can't quite beat Grant, but still, what a beautiful play for the Trojans. That'll set them up well with a first down and 10 from the 28-yard line. That was just a messy play from the start.
Yep, tried to run that little bubble screen for the Trojans, and it was kind of covered, so I think Colin just threw that to the sideline to live another day.
Yep, very understandable with how athletic these D-backs are for the Lions. It's a pretty smart choice by Colin to just get rid of it.
So if my math's right, that's a 50-yard run.
Hey.
Like Bowen right there.
I don't even remember where it started, so good for you. All right. Second down and 10 now. Scoreboard's wrong. Ashbacher looking for a lane, and he's going to cut it up and rolls down. They'll spot him at about the 28-yard line, so gain of 5 on the play. Just under 4 minutes now here in the third quarter. Third down and about 5 to go. Trojans with 2 split outs to the near. Colin steps back. He's looking directly over at Onyebeni, who drags it in. Good coverage over there on that side by Caleb Grant. But Onyebeni makes the grab, and that'll be a first down for the Trojans.
Yeah, just run a little out route. Onyebeni give a little jab step, broke free from the Lions defender, and Colin hits him. First down for the Trojans. And here we go inside that red zone now, Daryl.
Converted on the last drive. We'll see if we can increase that lead. Colin, he's going to bounce it to the outside and then fall forward for a few.
Yep. Zion quarterback keeper right there. He just followed his junior love through the hole, able to gain about 5 yards.
Second down and 5 now. Clark to the near, Onyebeni to the far. Colin pitches out to Ashbacher. Flag on the play. Oh, don't score at Ashbacher. That'll be the 4th one today.
Yep, and there again, that flag's going to come in from the opposite side on a pancake block. Oh, should be defensive holding. Oh,
I take back everything I just said.
Me too. Great job.
The refs are doing it great. Aiden Ashbacher runs that one in and increases the Trojan lead to 20-7.
Yep, Ashbacher for a 12-yard touchdown run there. Sorry, Aiden, to lose our intensity when the flags come flying in.
I was going to say, I just expected that. That's bad on me to expect that penalty on the Trojans. Colin now takes a snap. He's looking, rolling out to the near side. He's got a man. It's tipped, though. Good play by the defensive backs for the Baxter Springs to knock that one loose. With 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, we're going to take a break. Trojans lead 20-7 here on home turf.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the
Welcome back. Poland kicks this one deep, end-over-end grab by Caleb Grant at about the 15-yard line. He makes one man miss. He's going to try and cut it across field. Never want to start going backwards on a return, and smartly will dive down at about the 23-yard line.
A good job there by the Trojan kick team. That's Drake Bulware, freshman down there, causing all sorts of havoc. Just kept making him change directions. I'm not sure Bulware ever did get a hand on him, but made him just stop in his tracks and dance.
2:31 to go here in the third quarter. Lions. We're going to have a flag on the play.
False start.
False starts. I believe the wide receiver wasn't set over there.
So the scripts flipped in the second half. Baxter can't get out of their own way with the penalties, to where the first half the Trojans just got penalized the whole game.
So far, I mean, I still would like to see this open up a little bit and let that clock run and let some drives happen, but
we have a Baxter player having some shoe malfunction over here, so we have an official's timeout.
Maine's got a tire. Flat tire, flat tire.
So on that scoring drive for the Trojans, Daryl, they will go 7 plays, 86 yards in 3 minutes and 20 seconds with a 2-point conversion, no good. Trojans take a 20-7 lead here in the third quarter.
And a huge chunk of that, 50 yards if your math is right.
From the 18 to the 28.
Launched off by Corvin Bowen. Whole lot of flipping sides here for the Trojans. We're going to have another flag. Or sorry, no, it's going to be a timeout. Okay.
And yeah, I'm probably a good timeout there by the Trojans as Baxter come out in a 5-wide set, and here to the near side, no one had that receiver covered on the outside. He was outside the numbers along the Trojan sideline, and I'm not sure anybody saw him.
Well, this quick timeout break in the action is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Player Health Alliance and Live Well Crawford County, reminding you to know your limits when gambling and know when the game is playing you. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-426-2537 for free assistance. So like you mentioned, talking it over there on the sideline, huge break to get that timeout off because it looked like they had that snap going. But still going to save the Trojans for at least one play. First down and 15, Lions still backed up in their own territory. Parrish, he will keep it on the near side. On the far side, there is no one around. It's going to be a foot race. Can anyone catch him? Parrish with lightning speed down the sideline. He will score. Oh, wow, what a carry. 82 yards for Parrish. And just like that, the Baxter Springs Lions have made this interesting once again.
Yeah, they ran that counter trap play right there to the left side, but this time he didn't give it. He kept it around the right side, and there was no Trojan over there.
And they've been setting that up all game long. I mean, they were just waiting for their chance to let that one loose. And shout out to Coach McCoy. That one worked, and it worked well. Kick is up. And it is good, and it's down to a 6-point game. Trojans ahead. But the Baxter Springs Lions not going out without a fight. We'll be back after this short break.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
Cole Parrish with an 82-yard run to bring this back within 6. And you mentioned it, Jess, he was fast.
Yeah, when he broke the 45-yard line right here, the Trojans were only 5 yards behind him, but when he got to the goal line, they were 20 yards behind him.
Yeah, it was just breakaway speed. And something to note about Parrish, he has played every single side of the ball besides kickoff. He's the long snapper on the punt team. He's doing it all for these Baxter Springs Lions, and he is putting his heart out on Frank Jameson Field tonight. This kick is off and away, and it will be fielded by Onya Benny. He's going to bring it back towards the center. They're going to get it to Huber. It's a misdirection, and Love is the one who ends up with it. Love's got to break away. There goes Lamont Love down the sideline. He's got a blocker. It's a foot race. Corbin Bowen picks up the block. Touchdown, Trojans! Lamont Love, after the trickery, goes 80 yards for a touchdown. That's a late flag. I saw him throw it. I believe it's going to be for celebration. and some extracurriculars after the play. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, whatever. Love with a huge touchdown for the Trojans, puts them up 26-14. And lightning has struck here in Girard, Kansas.
Yeah, I agree. Huber caught the ball, and then they was running a little reverse, and they had me convinced Bowen was coming around.
Bowen had it.
Bowen was coming around the right side, and next thing I know, Lamont streaking down the middle with the football. What a play drew up by the Trojan coaching staff.
My goodness. Whoa, we got... So we got a personal foul on the Trojans.
Yeah, unsportsman.
That was the call before, but them talking to Coach Philpott makes me believe that this could possibly be on the same person. I have no idea.
Well, they still got the score on the board. I don't.
Well, it should be a score. I mean,
so is this for the 2-point try right here?
It's backed up to the 18, so it'd be a 15-yard penalty from the 3-yard line, which is where they would have the 2-point. Okay, score counts. That's all that matters. Colin, they're going to try to pull off some heroics here for this 2-point conversion. Yeah, just launch it over to him. Through the hands of Bowen, a little high for him. But still, what an answer to the Lions' touchdown. 80-yard kick return for Lamont Love. And just like that, the Trojans take back a 12-point lead.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back here to the action. Man, oh man, was that an incredible play. Now, what you got to do, make sure it doesn't happen to you.
Stay in your lanes right here.
This one's kicked deep. And once again, Grant will field. Grant taking it off to the far side. They've got blocking numbers over there, but Grant will end up being forced out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Trojans able to stay in their lanes right there. That's number 50 for the Trojans, able to force him out of bounds. Number 50 is Trent Sodeman making a play, and he's going to stay in there and play a little linebacker as Sodeman.
So now the Lions, once again facing their deficit. A huge run for Parrish, huge run for Love. Parrish back on the field. Let's see if he can answer. Handoff to Wade up the middle. Flag on the play.
That's Brokaw and Murphy right there meeting, running back in the hole, stopping for a 1-yard loss that's going to be negated for the penalty on Baxter. Delay a game.
Okay. Well,
I'm so confused.
Works in the favor of the Trojans, so whatever. So now it's first down and 20, I guess, from the 20-yard line. Parrish takes a snap, hands off to Wade. Wade's got himself a big gap up the middle. And we'll end up getting tackled down for a 2-yard gain. You know, with how quick his legs move, it looks like he's going a lot farther than he does, but still just dragged down after a gain of 2.
Yeah, that's Caleb Humble from the nose guard position, able to grab him by the ankles and slow him down enough for the Trojan linebackers to put a stop to it.
Well, 2nd down and 18 now. Parrish steps back in. We got some lineup adjustments for both teams here, and then Parrish will fake, roll off to the far side. He's going to throw. Comeback route there for Caleb Grant is going to be... Well, I think they're going to call this one incomplete, so he must have been out of bounds over there on the far side.
Let me
erase.
Let me erase my blue ink pen right here. Good call. I thought he caught it in bounds, but I'm a long ways away from that sideline.
Okay, so now 3rd down and long. Parrish steps back. They're trying to set up the screen, but that is swallowed up. And yeah, if that had been completed, that would have been a lineman downfield too. So that is 3 and out and a great defensive stand for the Trojans.
Which they've been doing all night so far, minus that one big play. So here we go. We got Bowen back deep. They've kicked away from him the last couple times.
And another flag. Ball start on the Lions.
No rhythm, Daryl. No rhythm to this game whatsoever on both sides of the ball here.
No, man, I feel like I can't get into a groove over here calling the game either because just so many stoppages. Goodness.
Sure, Coach McCoy's getting just as frustrated as anybody over there wanting to know.
I mean, you know, I'm all for penalties in favor of the Trojans, right? I see this game through crimson glasses just like you, Jess. But man, at some point, I just want this ball to be punted.
Well, we just keep gaining field position, I guess, as well.
This one is up, and it's a short one. Bowen's going to field it. That's a risky maneuver, but oh, he's going to stay up. He's going to make some men miss, and Bowen's still going.
Yeah, really risky by Bowen, but nonetheless, he did make the guy miss, stayed on his feet, able to just tripod up with his hand and gained a lot of yards. So those penalties on Baxter.
Figure.
And is there another flag down?
There's 2 of them down over there. And Ashbarker was walking up off the field looking like he had maybe committed one over there.
So the refs will sort this out as I get a new page on my unofficial stat sheet.
It's very official. Very official. There's a lot of conversation about this.
They might be trying to decide if the penalty was made before they punted. Because if it was before they punted, that could change.
Push him back and make him punt it from the the back of the end zone.
Well, if it's on the Trojans, it would actually bring them forward.
Eventually, this guy's going to be punting from Dollar General, Jess.
Greenbush, maybe.
It's taken way too long to discuss for a 3 and out penalty with 20 seconds in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah. They're going to go talk to Coach McCoy. Wish I had an earpiece down there to know what was going on.
Wouldn't it be awesome?
Yeah.
I wish we had the ref mic. BJ, if you're listening, that's the next thing we're going to install. If we get one for the PA system here, it easily could be wired into the Girard broadcast, but also it's not exactly necessary when it comes to the grand scheme of things, especially when we're so good at detecting what their calls are.
So this play, depending on what's going on here, could neglect yet another electric play by a Trojan. Bowen there with the punt return at about the 45-yard line. He fields it on a hop with a lion right in front of him. Does a little spin move, gets him to miss. Now we're going to come talk to Phil Pott. There's the white hat sprinting across the field.
Oh, man. Well, the bright side is we're home again next week.
Looks like Baxter's going to back up and repunt this, the way it looks to me.
I told you, man, he's going to be punting from Greenbush here soon. Hey, man, if you're Baxter, what do you got to lose? You might as well fake it now and see what you can do.
I don't know where the line of scrimmage is going to be. Philpott might just want the ball.
That's what I would want at this point. Gotta tell you what I personally want is someone to have the ball. Well,
So we'll see if we can't get an inkling of something. We apologize for the delay here. We just have no idea what's going on. There was a penalty, but we haven't been told what it is. The refs are still deciding what it is. They've talked to both coaches. Now we're going to get maybe a little bit of explanation. Nope, we're going. Now we're going to go talk to Coach McCoy again. I hope everybody enjoying the pause in the action.
Well, the only thing here is I apologize. I would have gone to break. I just didn't intend this to take so long. And now I'm scared to go to break because I feel like they're going to come with a decision as soon as I click the button. So
here we go. Let's see what he has to say here. White hats, personal foul on the Trojans. So they're going to mark off 15 yards from the original line of scrimmage, which was turned back to 12.
Oh, man.
No. Now the ref got all the way to the 40 and took off running.
Is it Baxter ball now?
I have no idea what's going on.
Is going
all right, now they're marking it off from the 47.
We have a personal foul against the Trojans. Only fortunately with Baxter.
All right, I got it, Daryl.
Okay, let's hear it.
We had a personal foul on the receiving team during the kick. And in the process of all that, there was another personal foul on the Baxter sideline, offsetting penalties. Trojans get the ball from the 47-yard line. So after all that, we're just going to take over like nothing happened. 20 seconds to go.
Here we go. All right. Heave it. On you, Benny. Oh, just through the hands. A good play by Isaiah, man. I think he got a hand on the ball there.
And Onyebenyi was streaking down the sideline, had a step or two on his defender, but the defender was able to recover.
Just offset his catching by a little bit, but Onyebenyi comes off the field and he was hobbling off there, able to make it off under his own power, but it looks like he was limping to the sideline. So 2nd down and 10 now. This third quarter is still going. Cullen hands off up the middle, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Should be, at least, barring any penalties.
Don't say that.
I don't want to jinx it. Okay. End of the third quarter, 26-14. We're going to a break.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter. We made it. 26-14 is our score. Trojans, after some electric plays, have the lead. After a huge pause in the action, they have the ball here on the 47-yard line with 3rd down and 10 to go. Cullen, he'll drop back. Actually, he's going to hand off to Love. I have no idea what the intention was of that play.
Yeah, I think it was a design draw play that just lost a couple yards. It didn't turn out so well in the Trojan favor. I think that was a design draw, but Baxter just blew through our front 5 there.
So, punt team comes out. Snap is good. Poland boots this one away. It's a good one. And it's going to get a friendly Trojan bounce. Got to down it.
Don't. Thanks.
Oh, they're going to call it a touchback.
Yep. Momentum carried him in the end zone.
Well, that's going to be a touchback, and that means the Lions take over on, I believe, the 20-yard line.
So the Trojans end up going 3 and out after such a long pause. I mean, sports, a lot of times, Daryl, sports is a game of momentum, and sometimes there's just been no flow to this game from basically the opening kickoff.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better. It's just been just blah. But hey, with all the blah, 26-14 lead.
Yep.
You got to take that and you got to run. But we also know what Parrish can do over there on that Lions side, so you got to stop him. Wade is forced down after a gain of about 8 or 9.
Trojan defender on the ground, that's Owen Murphy. I think he got rolled up on the backside. He's trying to get up. Tough kid, but man, that does hurt when they roll up on the back of your leg like that.
It's the worst feeling, especially as an offensive lineman when that running back falls on you. Ooh. Hurts.
Yeah. Murphy limping off under his own power.
Yeah. Yeah, well, another stop in the momentum as well. Well, now it'll be second down and
1.
From the 29-yard line.
A long one.
There is no one guarding. Wow, they missed that. There was no one guarding Isaiah Main on the near side of the field.
And that's happened a time or two. The Trojan defense has not recognized the wide out on this near side.
Well, good thing that they didn't see it, because that all they would have had was Onya Benny, who was making his way over.
See, here he comes.
Here he comes again. Okay, luckily the snap didn't get off, and we got a D-back over there to guard him. Parrish will hand off to Wade, who bounces around a tackler and will pick up the first down.
Good third down pickup there by Baxter to get the chains moving, but best part for the Trojans is fourth quarter, clock running. Moves the ball out to the 33-yard line.
All right, so here we go with a first down and 10. Parrish takes the snap. He will hand off to Wade, and Wade is going to make a cut inside. A good little move by Wade, and he's going to have, depending on the spot, first down yardage. And looks like they're going to give it to him as well. A gain of 11 there for Wade.
Yeah, what a nifty move there by Wade. Trojans kind of had him bottled up, and there again, that's Liam Liedstrom making maybe a touchdown-saving tackle. $11-yard gain right there for the Lions.
So first down and 10 now. The Lions with a nice little drive ahead of them here. Parrish keeps. Trojans better prepared this time, and Onyebenny will force Parrish out of bounds at the line of scrimmage.
That time there's Soderman right there playing outside linebacker, forced him to the outside, keeping contained, and Onyebenny running him out of bounds for a loss of a yard or two.
Yeah, looks like it'll be a loss of 1 on the play. So that brings up second down and 11. And the Lions, when playing behind the chains, have not been successful at all. You know, early on in the first, they were looking like a really good team because they were playing ahead of the chains. They were able to convert third downs. And since then, it's been kind of downhill, and they've really been behind things. Parrish drops back, looking for a man to throw to. He's got Wade on the little check down. Brokaw can't chase him down. Wade, he makes a break for it, and a good open field tackle there. I can't see the number. Turn towards me.
Easton Clark.
Is that Easton Clark out there? So a great tackle by the freshman. Filling in for Onyebenny, who went out for a little bit and then took over a position on the near side now. They've decided to keep Clark out there. I like that. I mean, I've seen some of his JV games coming here and doing the announcing for that, and he looks like he is a varsity caliber player. Parrish outside. Clark just misses the sack, and he will just chuck this one out of bounds.
Intense pressure there by Gannon Clark, forcing the quarterback to just throw that away, as the Trojan D-backs are just, again, great coverage in the backside, Daryl.
Second down and 10 now. Ball on the 32-yard line. 8:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. Parrish keeps. He's got a wide open running lane over here on the near side. He's going to make it to the outside and then finally trudge his way out of bounds. And it looks like he's going to be just short of the first down line.
There's that play that broke for an 80-some-yard touchdown last time they ran it. Trojans able to defend it a little bit better that time, but still going to bring up third and short right here.
3rd down and 1. Handoff up the middle to Wade, and he's met at the line. Oh, it's out! Oh, they're going to call him down. He'll be down. And still down on the play is Wade. He's able to get up now.
Trojans stuff it right there. It's going to bring up 4th down as Baxter lost a couple yards on that run play.
Wow, apparently a lot of yards.
Spotted at the 27.
So a great stand there for the Trojans, but we're going to have a timeout for the Lions. Under 8 minutes to go in the game on Girard Sports Live. Come back. Trojans lead this 26-14, but the Lions are driving. However, a big 4th down right here. If they convert this, they could keep momentum going, potentially score and bring this back to a 1-score game. However, if they get stuffed here, it's just going to be an uphill battle from there, and the throw's way behind Grant, and that is going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, just a good job there. Baxter tried to hit the slant, threw it a little bit behind him, so Trojans, they were going to, under 8 minutes on the clock, going to be able to take possession of the ball.
And now it's time to have a long, methodical drive, but that was a well-designed play for the Lions. Just threw it behind him. I mean, he had him on the other side. Grant was wide open. Just missed him. So now, with 4 on the play clock, they'll toss it out to Ashbacher. Good block laid by Huber. Ashbacher makes a man miss, and he's going to get some yardage after his first contact.
Ashbacher with a good hard run off the right side. That's that toss play. That corner's been there all the time. Ashbacher gets up a little gingerly there.
7 brings up 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, he did get rocked at the end of the play. So he will come off, and I believe that was Bowen who subbed in for him. So now Colin takes a snap with 2nd down and short. And I didn't see who the running back was. I thought I saw Malikas. Yeah, it was Malikas in the backfield there. He'll go down after a gain of about 1. That'll bring up 3rd down. Third down and short.
And it worked. Hard count got him.
You know, that is one of the, I think that's one of the most consistent yard gainers for the Girard Trojans. That little hard count right there.
So they wind the clock.
Yep, there it goes. Okay. 1st down and 10 now from the 35-yard line. Perfect situation for the Trojans. Just got to keep matriculating the ball down the field. Colin takes a snap. Handoff up the middle to Love. He'll bounce off one man. He's still going. Love looking for room. And will finally be tackled down after a gain of 6.
Yeah, he just wheeled that one himself. Caleb Grant with the tackle. But, man, you have to get Love down around his knees as he just keeps those legs churning.
Yeah, he's so strong. And he does run kind of upright. He runs a little tall. So if you can get him low, that's the best way to tackle him. But I mean, he's just so strong down low as well that it's hard to bring him down in any scenario. Way ahead of the chains here. 2nd down and 4 for the Trojans. Onyebenni looks to still be walking a little gingerly here on the near side, but 2 receivers to the far. Colin. He'll take the snap. And a little miscommunication, but it ends up working as Colin's got room to run. Colin ends up brought out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
I don't know if that was a design keeper by Colin or he turned the wrong way. Junior went the wrong way, but he just followed Junior through the line for a big gain. Good, big Trojan first down right there.
The only unfortunate part about that is he did go out of bounds, so that does stop the clock. But still, with a drive this good, you just take whatever you can get. 1st down and 10. Once again, some miscommunication. Colin will roll out, looking for anything. Smart just to go down there. I like better than the pass in general.
Yeah, I could hear the sideline screaming, throw it away, throw it away. But Colin ends up taking a sack. That'll spot the ball back to about the 43. But and like we talked about, Daryl, the Trojan offense from time to time gets ahead of the change and then takes a sack there to get back behind.
They've had some explosive plays tonight, so we'll see if they can put up another one to make this more a manageable 3rd down. Man, there's just been miscommunications the past 3 plays on that handoff. It looks like it's just been a little sloppy.
Yeah, I don't know. Ben might have wanted to keep that one. Junior took it from him, but the ball didn't end up on the ground. That's the good thing.
Absolutely. And there's going to be a timeout from the Lions side. We'll take a quick break with them. You're watching Trojan football with the lead here in the 4th quarter.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Clock stopped with 4 minutes and 17 seconds here to go in the game. Lions trying to preserve the chance to come back and win this one. But chances are getting slimmer by the second. They need this 3rd down stop here. Trojans, if they're able to gain a 1st down, will effectively have sealed it. Of course, a lot can happen in the next 4 minutes, but just from statistically speaking. Colin drops back. He's got Onyebenni on the far side. Go, Onyebenni, stay in bounds. 1st down, Trojans. Onyebenni still on his feet, and then he'll go down at the 15-yard line. The Trojans are in business with that completed pass to Onyebenni.
Yeah, good job there by Onyebenni to make a couple guy miss because he caught that 5 yards short of the 1st down marker, but was able to go ahead and get it.
He made a couple of men miss on the latter half of that, and that was the difference. And he will run off the field here, give himself a break, a well-deserved one, gets a nice little clap off the field. And we tick under 4 minutes to go. Hand off to Love. Love bouncing off tacklers, and he's inside the 10.
Just that power run the Trojans are known for, right off the left guard. This time the Trojan offensive line are pushing back that Lions D-line, and just a quick gain of 7 right there.
So a chance to still, you honestly rather see him advance the chains here and and get them another first down, get them some more downs to work with and drain the clock. Handoff goes to Love, and he will be swallowed up in the backfield. Clock ticks under 3.
Yeah, Trojans are trying to run that little counter play right there, but Baxter was quick through the double A gap blitz right there, and now Baxter's going to call another timeout.
Smart. You got to. I mean, you have to if you want to preserve this game, but that is their second timeout, I believe. So they'll have one remaining for the remainder of this game. And with the score, I mean, it's a 2-score game. Trojans knocking on the door down here could potentially extend to 3. If they do that, this one's pretty much a wash. You can call in the dogs and put out the fire. But until then, you still got 2:38 to go, 2 minutes and 38 seconds to drain off the clock. This quick break in the action here, once again, is going to be brought to you. Well, my goodness, where is the read? I tell you what, man, these things always hide from you. There it goes. Breaking the action is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Player Health Alliance and Live Well Crawford County, reminding you to know your limits when gambling and know when the game is playing you. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-426-2537. So here we go now. Trojans take back the field. Poland's going to keep it, and he's going to get it down to the 3-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Trojans.
Yeah, great play call right there. Been able to run that counter fake, but kept it himself, tucked it inside as the Lions all chase the running back to the right side. And the best part of it, clock's still ticking.
Clock is ticking. They can run this one down to just about 2 minutes before they have to call this play.
We took possession with 7:55 on the clock, Daryl. What a game-closing drive.
A nice, methodical drive here by the Trojans. Exactly what you want to see. Knocking on the door here, Colin. He'll hand off. And Love is stood up. But I got to tell you, I'm happy with that. Because now you're under 2 minutes to go, and that clock is going to tick for another 40 seconds.
Phil Potts signaling into plays. Colin's going to relay the signals to the rest of the team, and the Trojans are going to come set here with a 2nd and goal from about the 4.
So it looks like a loss of a yard on the last play. To Love up the middle. Touchdown, Trojans. That'll make it 32-14, and the Trojans are going to march through week 3 and put themselves above 500.
Yeah, what a 7-minute drive in the 4th quarter.
You can't ask for anything else there. So it looks like Trojans are going to go for 2. Fumbled the snap. Well, no harm, no foul there. Fumbled the snap. But it's Lamont Love who cashes in the big touchdown to extend the lead. Now the Trojans up by 18 and 3 scores. And this one just became way out of reach for the Baxter Springs Lions. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back here on Girard Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Zeb Poland set to kick this one off. And that one's booted away. Looks like the Lions have brought in some of their younger folks, as that was... Sorry, not younger folks. Either way.
Yeah, that was Ryan Soderman with a big hit again on special teams. Soderman comes in here, I believe he's just a freshman. Nope, he's a sophomore. Sorry, Trent. But, man, what another big play there by Trent Soderman on special teams for the Trojans.
First down and 10 here for the Lions. They're going to need points, and they're going to need them quick, so I expect the throwing game to come out here. Parrish takes a snap, and he'll drop back. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to heave. He's got a man over the middle. Grant is going to have it broken up. Great play by Easton Clark.
Yeah, Easton Clark got burned on the play a little bit, but did a good job to recover and get a hand in there to break that play up at the very last second.
Just a good job to stay controlled and keep your eye on the ball there. The play's never over for you. You always got to hustle back and make sure you can make a play on the ball, and that's exactly what Easton Clark did. And honestly, for a freshman, you got to be impressed with how he's playing and holding himself over there on that side.
Yeah, playing well.
Parrish drops back once again. He'll roll out to the far side. And intended target was Caleb Grant, but that one will go out of bounds.
And again, number 50 applying the pressure, Soderman for the Trojans. He's having himself a great game here.
So now 3rd down and 10, just under a minute to play. Thrown over to Grant, a good grab, and he's going to make a break for the sideline. Wow, burst of speed there by Grant, able to pick up the first down and stop the clock. But it looks like Grant stays down on the sideline, slow to get up.
Yep. Tackled there by Easton Clark on, I think they call that the hip tackle, but nonetheless, Clark able to save a touchdown there with a tackle on the sideline.
So now it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 45, and they're running the clock.
Right. As soon as the chains get set, he was tackled in bounds.
All right, so tackled in bounds, and I don't know if the Lions realize that. They're letting this clock tick. We're under 30 seconds to go. I mean, maybe, yeah, it looks like they'll accept this defeat here. Try to get out of here with no one else hurt. Smart when you have some upcoming opponents that are going to be tough for you. And for the Lions, you're 2-1 still. You still got a chance to make a little run here. You cannot take this defeat and go out with your head held low because you still got a chance.
Yeah, much improved Baxter Springs Lions team come in here, but at the end of the game, Trojans still too much for them to handle.
Absolutely. Well, that'll be the end of this one. Your Girard Trojans defend home turf for the first time in 2025, winning this one 32 over the Baxter Springs Lions 14. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at this game. We'll have some post-game stats and some eyes on what we think, our expert analysis, as you would say, on what all happened there. We'll see you after this short break.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy. I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Ginny, or Amber in Girard today.
At Girard Medical Center, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown healthcare team. From family medicine and emergency care to lab services, surgery, imaging, and beyond, we're here when you need us. Compassionate care close to home. To learn more about our high-quality care and everything that we have to offer, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com. A proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Girard Sports Live. The Trojans get their second win of the season over the Baxter Lions. Both teams go to 2-1 now. The Lions decrease to that, I guess, and the Girard Trojans improve. Eastside Cafe postgame show, of course, brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in all of Crawford County, 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. The short sack is back, baby. Get $2 short stacks the Saturday after the Trojans get a sack this fall. And thank you to Gannon Clark for getting that sack earlier this game. Dine-in only. Restrictions do apply to this, but please go experience that best breakfast in town and the best pancakes you'll ever have, man. They're so good out there. And once again, thank you to Gannon Clark for getting that done for us. Okay, post-game show. Jess, just walk me through what went well for the Trojans here today.
All right, well, so the second half, Baxter had the ball 4 times. They gained 162 yards, but out of that 162 yards, 86 of those yards come in one play. So half of their offense all in one play. And the Trojan had the ball 5 times. They gained 213 yards. On top of that 213 yards, they had an 80-yard kickoff return. So they almost had 300 yards of offense in the second half. The difference to me, Daryl, was in the fourth quarter, Baxter takes the ball with 11 minutes to go, and they're only trailing 26-14 at the time. And they run off a 10-play, 73-yard drive, but they turn it over on downs on an incompletion. Girard grabs the ball there with 7:55 to go, and on that drive they go 13 plays, takes them over 7 minutes, 73 yards, and they cap that off with a touchdown to go up 32-14. And to me, that was just, that is just a kick in the shin bone now. It's just, they couldn't get the Trojan. And on that drive, Onyebenny makes a great reception short of the sticks and makes a couple Lions miss to get a key first down to keep that drive alive. But, yeah, I mean, what a second half by these Trojans.
It was that drive in particular is something that you show in film as the building block for the games of the future, because that's just, I mean, you're executing on every single down. Your line's blocking well. You're running the ball well. Good ball security. Onyebenny with the catch and able to make a play, make a man miss. I mean, it's just those things that, we haven't seen a lot of from the Trojans so far this year. We haven't seen that well-sustained drive that's gone for multiple plays and then resulted in a touchdown in the end. So, and a game-sealing touchdown at that. I mean, it was a play full of explosion, and, every now and then you love to see the drives where they break one for big, and you see Corbin Bowen catch a big pass, or you see Gannon Clark catch a big one over the middle. But, of the football fan in me loves to see those long matriculating drives.
Right. Amen. And also, don't underestimate the little 80-yard kick return by Junior Love.
Oh, yeah.
And because that, at the time, Trojans were only up 20-14, and Baxter had just scored on that 82-yard run, and the ensuing kickoff, Trojans run a little triple fake reverse in the backfield and had me totally confused. My job is to watch the football, Darryl, and I couldn't do it from up here. And Junior Love, next thing I know, Junior Love streaking down the seam for an 80-yard kick return.
Absolutely immaculate. Well, we got Coach Philpott here to join us up here in the booth. This post-game coach interview brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for 30 years. Stopping soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, Coach, good game out there for you. First game here at home, able to get the win over the Baxter Springs Lions. I mean, can you just walk us through a little bit of what went well for your team?
The second half, the special teams.
Yeah.
First half, I just felt like, we were kind of in control of the game, but we weren't really in control of the game. I felt like we were doing some nice things. We were shooting ourselves in the foot on some things. This is one of those things that you just got to clean up. We talked about it at halftime. We just got to do a better job. Like, people want to complain about bad calls and this, that. Told the guys before the game. It's like you just got to do it as best you can. Do it as so well that they can't call something. And I think that kind of got in our heads a little bit first half. Like we couldn't do anything, but we kind of got back to halftime, and like our special teams were big. Had a nice punt return. It got us set up in first possession. I think kickoff return for a touchdown. So those are momentum plays, and we talk about each week. Be good on special teams, win that battle, and that was probably the biggest difference tonight. I felt like Baxter's a much better team than they've been. We got a good group. Knew that going in. They do some sound things. The quarterback's smart. Their defense played hard. We got to do, like I said, we got to do some things better to where it's they don't get there's no room for error. No room for questioning.
Well, your team just bounced back so well tonight. You mentioned it going into half. You're trailing by 1 point going into halftime. You get the ball, come back. You have a nice little drive there. But then Parrish makes a huge run. I believe it was 82 yards or something like that for a touchdown. On the ensuing kickoff, your team answers back so well with that return kickoff. I mean, what does it mean to bounce back like that?
Those are the momentum swings. I mean, that's what special teams can do for you. Block punt, kickoff return, punt return, whatever it might be. They just they answered. They stole momentum, and we stole it right back. And so, talk to our guys too. You never know which play is going to really be the big play in the game. There's usually 5 or 6 of them, and you got to try to make each play as important as possible because that could be the one that is the difference maker. And so, we've been working that. We've shown it. Little return, but our kids have worked very, very hard, and Coach Towery has worked very, very hard to make that as smooth as possible, and it was pretty slick tonight. So we've got some other things off of it, and we've got our base return, but so we'll continue to build on it. It's week 3, moving on to week 4. We're 1-0 this week. We got to keep getting better.
Yeah, and you mentioned just week 3, moving on to next week, week 4, facing off against Frontenac High School. And last score update I had, I believe they're up 42-7 at one point over, I believe they're playing Riverton tonight. I mean, you're going to face off against a tough opponent. What's the scouting report look like against them?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I will find out tonight and tomorrow and this weekend. But there's a lot of tradition in Frontenac. I would assume they're going to be very similar to what they were last year and what they did, but you don't know, and I haven't seen any film on them. But they're well coached, and they're going to have some good things, and they're going to have some good athletes, and then they're going to do some things very well. So we're going to have to figure out what that is. But I have not seen a lick of film on them, and we'll go from there.
Heck yeah. Enjoy the win tonight, Coach. Thank you for joining us.
All right. Thank you.
All right. That's Coach Philpott joining us with Community National Bank and Trust post-game coach interview. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap this one up, put a bow on it, and that'll be all from Frank Jameson Field here in Girard, Kansas.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home, and a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Eastside Cafe post-game show. A late one here tonight. Just a lot of weird things happened tonight, and that drew the game on a little bit. But hey, a win is a win. We'll get out of Girard, Kansas tonight with a plus 500 record. And that's all you can ask for. Coach said it best himself. Just got to do good every week. You want to know every week. That's all you got to do. Take your wins. Well, Jess, it's high time we choose a player of the game. I don't even know who to think of here.
Yeah, I've got 4 or 5 numbers. There again, Corvin Bowen with a couple big plays and a catch down the sideline and a pick. Aiden Ashbacher, man, what a game he could have had if it wasn't for 3 or 4 holding
Fantasy
penalties.
owners of him are crying right now.
Yeah, but I'm telling you who I'm really leaning towards is number 8.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, he had 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns, a big kick return, some great plays on defense. Yeah, my vote's number 8, Junior Love.
Well, it's a consensus then, because I was going to say Love. He had that kick return, and then, like you mentioned, those short yardage rushing touchdowns, and he was just a bruiser all night long. So your player of the game is Jordan Love, brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersections of Highways 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. Well, that's all said and done here from Girard, Kansas. Thank you guys so much for watching once again on Girard Sports Live. We'll be back here next week on Friday to face off against Frontenac High School. Come out here to the field and cheer on your boys, because they will need it. That'll be a tough rivalry game between them. Jess Murphy, unfortunately, will be out of the booth that week. I got to decide who I'm going to bring in. It's going to be a tough one.
I'll be watching, Daryl, and I can text you all your mess ups if you want me to. But
you mean how BJ texts you during the game?
Yeah. I'll be at Table Rock fishing, so.
Hey, hopefully you win the big money, right?
Yeah, big money tournament.
Yeah, so that's all what we have set up for you next week. But for myself, Daryl McLeod, Jess Murphy, and Sarah Goebel on camera, thank you guys so much for watching. Mom and Dad, I love you, and good night from Girard, Kansas. And we're clear.